On a Sunday afternoon, a beautiful weather day. Great day for baseball. We're in lower downtown Denver. The Rockies and the LA Dodgers get going. In Game 3, the Rockies still have a chance to win the series. Hi, everybody. I'm Jerry Schimmel along with George Frazier. Pinch hitting again, I am today for Drew Goodman. And, George, it seems like these pitchers for the Rockies just keep falling one after the other.
Boy.
After yesterday, Juan Nicasio no longer on the active roster.
Well, you got to, he tweaks the knee. Could he probably pitch? If it's September, he may have to skip one start and come back. So because of what happened the other night, with Outman only be going to 3 1/3, he only goes an inning and 2/3. They needed an arm today. And I think for the best interest of everybody here is to take Nicasio, get the knee well. He was a little sore this morning, had a fluid on there, get things done. So the roster update, Moscoso comes up. He's had a couple of starts for the Rockies at Colorado Springs. He's pitched much better, 42 strikeouts, just 9 walks over that. But he's been very good of late with the Sky Sox in May with 3-0. So now you've got him added to the bullpen. Ottavino, what a job he has done since being called up from Colorado Springs. What a great pickup. Matt Belisle, he'll be available today. He did not throw in yesterday's ball game. And, of course, Betancourt, your closer, is ready to go. So what has to happen today if you want to map this thing out? Alex White, give me 6 good ones and turn it over to the guys down in the bullpen.
What is it about Alex White that needs to improve today, in your opinion?
I really think the strike zone. I think he's got to get better command with his fastball. We talk about it all the time, but I think that's the one thing, Jerry. If he has command of that hard sinker, it makes his slider better, it makes the split finger better, and he can attack hitters. This ball club, there's not a lot of veteran guys other than when you take out Abreu, Loney, and you take out Ethier. Young kids, get them to chase the baseball.
Yeah. Speaking of young kids, the Rockies have one behind the plate again this afternoon. Willeen Rosario. They call him the baby bull. Scary power, just getting better and better behind the plate as well. We'll talk about him when we come back.
Ball is hit well, left field, way back, and gone. two-run home run, Willeen Rosario.
My first year here, now I got a command behind the plate because Ramon is hurt. And, you know, I mean, it's a lot of fun, a lot of energy. And I have, like, a lot of excited for being here.
I don't think the plan was for Willeen Rosario to make this club out of spring training, George, but he was so impressive in the spring and on to this season, they can't ignore the guy.
Well, and you know what he brings to the table for me? It's tons of energy behind the plate. When he hits the home runs, everybody gets excited as he gets excited. Is he going to hit for a lot of power? I don't think I'd say high average. I really don't think so. I think he'll be a 260 to 280 hitter, but I think he's got the capabilities of hitting 25 to 30 home runs, playing 130 games a year, and he's going to drive in a lot of runs. There is a threat at the bottom third of this lineup now with Willeen Rosario that has not been here in a Rocky organization for a long time at the catching position, plus the power arm of what he brings. And you can see the difference now. National League home run leaders since 2011 in September. Willeen Rosario is that guy.
His manager, Jim Tracy, says that there's nothing wrong with playing with energy, and he does that a bunch, doesn't he, George?
Yeah, and you know, it's not hard to run 90 feet 4 times a night. It's not hard to run out of the dugout, and really, you're kind of the leader of this ball club. You're looking at 8 other guys. They're all dependent on you.
A young pitcher, a young catcher today. We'll see what happens. Game 3, Dodgers and the Rockies at Coors Field. Stay with us, folks. We got the lineups in the first pitch coming right up. Is brought to you by your neighborhood Toyota stores. Toyota, moving forward. By CenturyLink. Fast speed and low monthly price. Visit CenturyLink.com. By Frostbooth Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. By Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo's customers get 2-for-1 Rockies tickets today by going to wellsfargo.com/Rockies. Wells Fargo, member FDIC. And by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Alex White, the starter for the Rockies, taking the mound for Colorado. And in this ball game, George, we talked so much about starting pitchers, but it would be nice to have a great effort from a guy like this to sort of stabilize the rotation today.
There's no question. It's going to start with D. Gordon, too, a guy with a lot of speed at the top of the lineup that's hit 8 the first 2 ball games of the series.
And let's look at our Southwest lineup. And here's what it looks like for the Dodgers today. And they'll go with Dee Gordon leading off. We saw him in the 8-hole the last 2 days. Elian Herrera, a youngster, quite a story. The veteran Bobby Abreu playing right field Ethier. Jerry Hairston Jr. the start at second base. James Loney back at first. A.J. Ellis back behind the plate. Tony Gwynn Jr. moves from leadoff to 8. And Nathan Eovaldi is the number 9 hole hitter for the Dodgers.
Well, I can't wait to see Eovaldi out on the hill today and see how the Rockies handle that fastball. Alex White, his 6th start this season. You see the numbers. Not going to talk a lot about the 1 and 3, 628. 14 runs of support, though, in his last couple of starts over those 9 innings. May 13th, he lost to the Dodgers. Walks were a problem as Adele mounted up. Those 3 did in 1 inning. So I think today is pound the strike zone, make them put the ball in play. Quick outs, quick innings.
Let's look at the Rockies with the leather this afternoon in this game 3. And a familiar look. We'll get Todd Helton back at first base. Here's the outfield left to right. Gonzalez, Fowler, Kanayer played first yesterday. Pacheco, Scudero, LeMahieu the start at second. Again, Helton at first. And there's the battery mates. Alex White, a youngster. William Rosario, a youngster this afternoon. So Alex White trying to help this team win a series. The Rockies swept the Astros here, getting 4 in a row. They win game 1 against the Dodgers Friday, drop game 2 yesterday, and have a chance to win a series and a good taste in their mouths, perhaps heading to the road for 3 in Phoenix. Here's Dee Gordon. Very lightning quick. Shortstop will take strike 1. We're underway. Gordon, as I mentioned, has been hitting 8, but back in the leadoff spot. Don Mattingly saying before the game just wants a little pop in the front of the lineup with some speed, perhaps. Gordon's got 1 home run. It came here at Coors Field this year. There's Don Mattingly, 2nd year as the manager of the Dodgers after a coaching career with the Dodgers and Yankees. Gordon looking to bunt. He'll bunt it foul.
Don Mattingly, when I visited with him yesterday, it was fun because Ned Colletti, their general manager, was in there prior to that. And I said, how's Donnie doing? He said it's amazing how much these players respect him because of what he's accomplished as a player, but the handling and the conversation, and and I think that's the key, the conversation between the player and the manager, that everybody knows where you're at on this ball club, from the 25th man all the way down to the trainers.
Talked to Mark Ellis when we were playing the Dodgers the first time around, and he said nothing but respect for Don Mattingly, just doing a great job. And he said the same thing, George. The communication lines wide open between player and manager. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Dee Gordon, the leadoff hitter. Alex White delivers. It's a broken back 1 hopper, and Todd Helton will step on the bag to get the out.
Five pitches, you get an out of the deal. You'd like to be at about 3.5. That's hard to say. 3.5, 3, 4 pitches per batter. That's where you're going to get yourself deeper into a ball game versus getting into those 8, 9 pitch at bats.
Here's Elian Herrera, a switch hitter, playing third base again today. He's off to a good start. No homers, but 6 RBIs and a .328 batting average. And quite a story. He spent 10 years in the minors before the call up this year. Pitch in there for a strike from Alex White. Signed as a 16-year-old and labored for a while, had some injury problems in the Dodgers organization, but they stuck with him and he stayed with baseball, and here he is. Switch hitter hitting left-handed against Alex White. 1 ball and 1 strike. Alex White, 6'3", about 215. He's out of Greenville, North Carolina. Terrific high school basketball player as well. He was a point guard on a very good Greenville high school team. And then the baseball team won back-to-back state championships with White as their star pitcher. Drafted by the Dodgers originally out of high school in the 14th round. He said, no, I want to go to college. Went to North Carolina. Had a great career there. Ended up in the 1st round, picked by the Cleveland Indians a couple of years back. A 2-1 pitch. That one is lashed foul down the left field side.
And to get on a good roll, you need a little bit of luck. Line drive like that, it ends up in Pacheco's glove, or just fouled by 5 or 6 feet. It's all a deal where you just got to stay on top of things and believe in your stuff and believe in the ability for you to be here.
It was interesting before the game this morning. Jim Tracy saying, I just got a hunch about Alex White today. I have a hunch that he's going to have a big game. He's going to help us win a ball game today. And we'll see if the manager is prophetic this day. How about that last ball hit? That's cargo to another cargo, or at least a guy with the jersey on that says Gonzalez. You think he picked him out and flipped it out of his glove like that? No, not that.
I think there's a lot of Gonzalez jerseys in here.
Yeah.
That one just happened to sprint to the side.
2-2 pitch. That one's bounced toward Helton again. Todd's got it. He will flip to his pitcher cover this time for the out. Well, Alex White, as we know, is effective when he gets that sinker going. And he's got 2 ground balls, George.
Yeah, the ball on the ground. And as a pitcher, you've got to break early, get there to make sure you get the footwork. When you got a left-handed hitter with a little bit of speed, which Herrera has, and to get 2 quick outs and do it within 11 pitches, it's a good thing for Alex White.
Now he's got the veteran left-handed hitter Bobby Abreu coming up the plate. So White looking for that 1-2-3 first inning. There's Abreu, who hit the home run, a solo shot yesterday. It was his first of the year. Let go by the Angels around the first of the month in May, and picked up by the Dodgers.
Yeah, Ned Coletti has a knack for going out and getting a veteran player. The Dodgers are being leaked a little bit now with the Kevin Youkilis as a third baseman with the Boston Red Sox, so they're trying to move to get Will Middlebrooks to the big leagues. He has a knack to find guys late in the season, middle of the season, that's going to help offensively.
Here's Abreu's home run from yesterday, and he didn't miss this one. Right over the plate. Lefty on lefty matchup.
Yeah, and he got a fastball to where he bails a little bit, cheating on it, and he got out front on it and sent it out of here.
That one off of Matt Reynolds yesterday. 1 ball, 1 strike to Abreu. Always had a very good eye. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, I think the biggest key for White too is trust the sinker in the move. You know, I had an old pitching coach named Al Whitmire, worked a number of years for the Toronto system. I was with Milwaukee when I first signed. He said, I'll give you $1 for every sinker you throw in the middle of the plate. And he said, you can throw all day long. And it's amazing when you have that kind of movement on your sinker that you throw it to the middle, typically will end up to the corner. It'll have that 6-inch sink and dive on the baseball, but when you start to try to get too fine to the outside corner, and you start it on the outside, obviously it's going to run off the plate. And at this level, guys just look at it and watch it go by. How you doing today, Shim? Doing all right?
Doing great.
You doing good?
How can I beat this? I get to work with you, and it's
oh,
baseball.
Come on. Sun shining. Rockies baseball. 3 ground ball outs. Scudero's going to get Abreu. See that a lot. Hope we see it a whole lot more.
Well, let's hope that is a trend that we'll see throughout the ball game. No score after a half inning. Rockies coming to bat. First inning, Rockies getting going offensively here in the bottom of this first. Let's look at the Southwest lineup for the Rockies. As Dexter Fowler, leadoff hitter, gets ready. Swinging a hot bat these days is Dexter Fowler. Here's that lineup for the Rockies. Fowler leads off, and he will play center field. And then following him, Marco Scutaro in that number 2 hole. Carlos Gonzalez, Michael Kadire is the cleanup hitter again. Todd Helton back at first base. Jordan Pacheco back at third base in Game 3. Rosario behind the plate, LeMahieu, and then Alex White, the pitcher. Nathan Eovaldi. Don't pronuncio. Eovaldi, we were told.
Yeah,
Young right-hander.
Big right arm, too. I'll tell you that. He'll throw the fastball. Saw downstairs on some tapes up to 98 miles an hour. The Rockies have seen him a little bit. But his command of the fastball is outstanding. That's what he's got to live by. A young man that was pitching in Double-A Chattanooga. And, you know, I asked the question, of course, because you always seem to have some veteran guys in Triple-A's, as the Rockies do. They didn't want him pitching at Albuquerque. Stay out of the altitude, stay out of the Pacific Coast League, where you got to go to Reno, Tucson, some areas, Las Vegas, where the ball flies. This is a young kid that they took in the 11th round. Grew up in the Houston area.
3-1 now to Dexter Fowler. Dex has got his share of walks this year. He's also got a 7-game hitting streak going. And a wonderful homestand. He's 14 for 24. He'll take that one. It's 3-2. 355 hitter at Coors Field is Dexter Fowler. There's the walks. 23 of those, second on the team. Talking to Dexter a little bit the other day, saying just loving being back in that leadoff spot. He said, I wasn't sure about it when I went from 8 back to number 1, but he said, I forgot how much I enjoyed leading off a game. Short time at the leadoff spot, but he's thrived there. 3-2 pitch now, and that one's lined to left field. It's a base hit. Well, a terrific job of hitting for Dexter Fowler with 2 strikes. He's shortening up and going the other way. Here's the Dodger defense this afternoon. A little bit different look than yesterday for Don Mattingly defensively. Abreu out left, Wynn in center, and Ethier the standard in right. Then Herrera at third, Gordon at short, Jerry Hairston will play second, Loney at first, Ellis and Eovaldi the battery mates this afternoon for Don Mattingly. So the Rockies have their leadoff man aboard. It brings up Marco Scutaro. Eovaldi now from the stretch. There goes Fowler. The throw to second base, and not in time. Stolen base number 6 for Dexter this year.
Apply the offensive pressure, and I think part of this is utilizing his speed's one thing, but also try to get guys into scoring position. Get a little breathing room early in a game for Alex White, the young right-hander.
Just getting that foot down in time. Close play at second base. But Dexter's safe, and he's in scoring position for Scutaro. He took a strike, so 0-1 to Marco. It seems Jim Tracy loves to go on that first pitch. After a hitter is on base, he'll go right away. No wasting any time. Eovaldi wheel around and bluff towards second. Scutaro for the year, the numbers there with a couple of home runs. They've come in the last 2 weeks. He's 7 for 21 the homestand, so he's been swinging the bat well.
On the Rockies this year. Not a bad idea. Try to lay the bunt down, force your pitcher off of the mound because you had Herrera backing up to third base. The Rockies 42 of 53 in stolen bases this year.
Not a bad percentage, huh?
Pretty good.
And coming out of spring training, I think a lot of people looked at this team and said they don't have much speed besides Fowler and Gonzalez. But Scutaro has gotten a few. Kadire's gotten a few.
79% success rate. Match that up with a lot of people in baseball.
Scutaro will chop another one foul at the plate. The count holds at 0-2. Well, who wants tacos?
I do.
I thought so. The Rockies score 7 or more runs. George, you get them. They're doing any game, so go to participating Colorado Taco Bell location the next day between 4 and 6 and get your Rockies taco special at Taco Bell. Pitch to Scutaro. He'll line that one foul.
Had a really good eye to it. Trying to move the ball to the right side. Does not like looking into the stands when you see those line shots. I'm sure playing at Fenway, that ballpark, boy, the fans are right on top of them.
Runners in scoring position. Rockies have been awfully good. Going back the whole home stand in this series especially. And Scudero, one of those guys. He had trouble driving runs in earlier, but when the opportunity presented itself, but not lately. That one gets by the catcher Ellis, and Fowler will get down to third. So the runner at third and nobody out.
I know it's going to go as a wild pitch, but I'll be honest with you folks, with the runner out at second base like this, you don't try to backhand a slider that's moving away from you. You got to slide your feet out. But if you get too wide and get locked down in your haunches, see how he's back down on those haunches? So now as he rotates out, look at the knee. See, look at this knee that goes to a ground. You really limit your mobility behind the plate.
Just looked a little casual, too casual on that one. Pitch to Scudero is a fastball that's high. Gets the count at 2-2. It will go as a pass ball, so not a wild pitch, George. You're right on there. You should be an official score.
Nope, don't want that job.
Come on.
Nope, don't want everybody yelling at you. Calls from the dugout and everybody else. Have all the announcers yelling at you for what you call.
Only a few people yell at you doing this job. You'd have more.
Well, but I don't hear them here.
Pitch to Scudero. Bouncing ball toward third will score the run. Herrera to first base to get Scudero. The Rockies on top early. Fowler with a single, a stolen base, and scores the run. Marco Scudero getting the job done.
I'm telling you, getting the job done's right. Even though the third baseman was pulled in a little bit to try to cut it down at the corners, it was the ability of the speed, steal second base, pass ball him over to third base. And then now this base hit, or I should say hard hit ball that he had to dive for. Not going to have a play on Fowler at all, but Scudero picks up RBI number 11.
Scudero coming through again with runners in scoring position. And now Carlos Gonzalez at the plate. Pitch to Cargo is in there, a fastball for strike one. We got the top two RBI men in the National League in this game today. 45 you see for Carlos Gonzalez, and Andre Ethier just ahead of him with 46. 333 average with 14 homers for Cargo. Swing and a miss. Here's a changeup that I think he splits a little bit. He tries to cut that ball a little bit with the changeup, and he got Cargo out in front.
I'm trying to look now and map out. I'm drawing this out on some paper for me here to see how many times they go back to the same area, try to double up at the same area. They went off speed here, and they get the strikeout. A backdoor slider on Cargo. Pretty interesting to see how this pitch works. They want the ball to the inner side, but see how this ball, that may have been the split there. You can almost see the knuckle on the slow motion there, Jerry. That may have been the split. When you squeeze a split finger too hard, it takes the tumbling action out of the baseball, but it creates a knuckling sensation.
I heard about that pitch. That had very good movement on it. Cargo thinking it's out of the strike zone. Here's Michael Kadire. And look at a pitch that's outside, ball one. Another actually strike called on the check swing. He couldn't hold up. Kadire, another one swinging the hot bat. 8 for his last 16 at the plate.
Well, I thought it was interesting when you heard Giambi's quotes in the paper and you've heard him talk about it. Hitting is contagious. Cargo got hot. Kadire's hot. Helton's starting to pick it up behind the plate. He's swinging the bat too at the plate. Everybody starts to feel that good feeling about coming to the park every day, and you can't wait to get here and play baseball. That's 3 nasty pitches to Kadire. I mean, there's not a lot you're going to do with 96 black underneath.
That takes care of the Rockies in the first inning. They score the run, though. After one, they got the 1-run lead.
Field today. It's in the mid-80s, but it's okay when your team's winning. That's exactly what the Rockies are doing over the Dodgers right now. 1-0 as we head to the second. Now, numbers for players, they can sometimes be superstitious. It can sometimes have a meaning. For today's pitcher, Alex White, it really was kind of a hand-me-down situation. His older brother wore number 6 in high school, and so when he got to high school, he said, I want to have the same jersey. That's exactly why he's number 6. Now, it hasn't always been that way at the major league level. In Cleveland, he was number 32. He was issued number 43 here, but when he was called up last year, he chose that number 60. And it's so unique for a pitcher, though, because there's only 2 pitchers in Major League Baseball that wear a single digit. It's Alex White and it's Kyle Drabek, who plays for Toronto. So Alex better represent that number 6 pretty well.
I always thought that was because I wore 6 in college, but I guess it's for a different reason. Thank you, Jenny, for pointing that out.
I'm just happy to have a number. The only time I ever asked for one was in Minnesota, and a good friend of mine named, a really good friend of mine that had passed away, Jim Brewer, and he wore 21 in the big leagues, a longtime pitching coach as he pitched in the big leagues, and I just kind of requested 21 in his honor in '87. It's the only time I ever, whatever number I got, I was just happy to have one.
That's what Todd Helton was saying the other day. He said, somebody asked him, how'd you get 17? He said, that's the one that the equipment manager gave me when I got here. Didn't ask for anything. Andre Ethier's the hitter. 1 ball, 1 strike on him as White tries to make it 4 in a row. He'll chop it right back to Alex. It'll be 4 in a row. 4 up and 4 down for Alex White. And how about 4 ground balls, George?
Man, I've always said that ground ball never jumps over the wall. If you can keep it on the ground, good things are going to happen for you. If you're wondering why the Rockies have gone 5-1 on this homestand so far, they've outscored the opposition 17-3 in the first inning. We'll make a statement.
That'll help a little bit. Here's another number 6, this one worn by a Dodger, Jerry Hairston Jr. getting the start at second base this afternoon. Father, grandfather, brother, uncle, all played big league baseball. Father Jerry Sr. and the first pitch he sees inside for ball 1. And of all the, it's interesting, all those Hairstons who played, and like I said, there's several of them. This is the only one that's ever played in a World Series. Yankees in '09 for Jerry Hairston Jr. This one has popped up, foul ground in front of the Dodger dugout. Jordan Pacheco makes the catch.
Tell you what, Pacheco knew exactly where he was running after that baseball. A lot of times guys will take a look to see where they are in closeness of the dugout wall, and then they tend to slow down or overrun the baseball. Pacheco made one glance up, and then he just took after the baseball, knowing this ball's not hit very far, and able to make the catch right in front of the Dodger dugout.
We talked earlier about Willeen Rosario getting better and better defensively. Same way for this guy, Jordan Pacheco, just getting more comfortable at third, and that's an example of it right there, as George described.
All about confidence, and he's got a lot of it right now.
James Loney, the first baseman, the hitter. Couple of home runs for him, 16 driven in. Not playing every day anymore for the Dodgers, but most of the time he'll get the start at first base. It's strike 1 to him. Loney's done a good job against the Rockies. 8 for 24 this year. Swing and a miss there. Good sinking fastball that time from Alex White. And now Loney is down 0-2. So Loney 9 for 99 against the rest of the league. He's 8 for 24 against the Rockies. There it is. He likes Rockies pitching. He likes hitting in this ballpark. That one's in the dirt. Tried the slider there. 1-2. Alex White getting his 16th start. He came up last year late and had a handful of starts. Back on the mound today trying to get the Rockies with this second win in the series. Another ground ball. Todd Helton, he'll get to first ahead of Loney. Another 1-2-3 inning. Another ground ball for Alex White and the Rockies. We'll go to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Colorado. powered by your Colorado Hyundai dealers. Step up to the plate and get more miles per gallon with the hottest car line in America. It's Hyundai. This season, save responsibly when you shop at Hyundai. Look ahead for the Rockies. And what's it look like, George? You like the schedule ahead?
Why not? It's Arizona. The sun's shining, right? Got a lot of sand out there. I don't know if you've noticed.
And 115. Now,
Not
3 night
not
games.
In the hotel room it isn't.
Yeah. 3 night games coming up for the Rockies in Phoenix. So the Rockies in a stretch here of 13 out of 16 at home, and those are the only 3 they'll play on the road.
Well, you got to take advantage of that, because when you do hit the road after Arizona, it's going to get a little bit rougher to travel. When you go to 3 games in Detroit, even though Philadelphia is beat up a little bit, it's still Philadelphia playing in Philadelphia, and then you got to go take on the Texas Rangers.
Here's Todd Helton getting the start back at first base today as Nathan Eovaldi delivers, and it's ball 4 to Todd. Rockies had the leadoff man aboard first inning. They got it here in the second as well. Now time now for today's fun fact, brought to you by All Coffee Products. Before selecting on the Dodgers, the Brooklands franchise known as what? There are your options: Atlantics, Grays, Grooms, Bridegrooms, Robins. They were known as those. I'm sorry. All right.
I'd never heard of that either, Jerry, so don't worry about it.
There they are. Known as those. How about that? The Grays, I remember that one. I remember the Atlantics. I don't remember the Bridegrooms, or at least reading about them. There's a one hopper to second base. Should be 2 for the Dodgers. Gordon on to first base. Double play. Ball just hit too hard and right at a defender. So D. Gordon turning that double play. 2 outs and nobody on. Willeen Rosario will stroke up the plate for Colorado. It's some overcast skies now. Some clouds have kind of moved in. But still a beautiful day for baseball. 84 degrees in downtown Denver. Here's Rosario. Those 8 home runs, leads all rookies. Doesn't have the average up like George talked about. It's at 235, but the power is there. The RBIs are 22 now for the man they call the Baby Bull. Two 2-0 on Rosario. Eovaldi last year, 1 start against the Rockies. It was late in the season, late September for Eovaldi. The Rockies beat him around pretty good at Dodger Stadium in that one. He's got 1 start this year. He was very effective against the Brewers in it. And Rosario leans away from a pitch, but it's a slider that catches the inside corner. And here's that start last year for the Dodgers for Eovaldi against the Rockies, and Rockies got the bats out on that day. Couple of long balls. Eovaldi with his 3rd start of the season back then. Fly ball to right. Andre Ethier camped underneath that one off the bat. Rosario will come in a couple of steps now and make the catch. Rockies do no damage in the second inning. We have played 2 complete at Coors Field in downtown Denver with the Rockies up 1-0.
top of the third here at this field. The Rockies still lead the Dodgers rubber mat game. Well, you look at numbers on each team who have played for a while. Todd Helton, he's in Abreu. He is in.
I think we got some technical problems there with Jenny's mic.
Well, whatever she went to today. Sometimes she gets on the third floor way in the outfield, the rock pile. She kind of moves around the ballpark to give you all those perspectives. But here's the Chevy Dare to compare. Bobby Abreu and Todd Helton. Similar success, particularly in the doubles program, and a number of hits given out. Abreu just with 12 more than Todd Helton on the season.
There's a few more stolen bases for Abreu, but we won't get to that stat at all. Let's look at, we just did that dare to compare. Chevy Equinox, 32 highway miles per gallon. Outperforms its competitors. Chevy is made for Colorado. Our dare to compare brought to you by Chevy. Here's A.J. Ellis to get it going for the Dodgers in the top of the third. 1-0 Rockies. Dexter Fowler led off the ball game for the Rockies with a single. Got in with Marco Scudero's ground out. A.J. Ellis out of Austin Peay University. That's the same place that Matt Reynolds went to college. They are good friends. They played together. As Alex White delivers, he has got the first 6 in order.
He struck out A.J. Ellis yesterday in the ball game, so he gets bragging rights at the alumni game.
A.J. Ellis, the all-time hits leader at Austin Peay. Good start to the season this year.
And a lot of excitement around baseball right now because of what's going on at the collegiate level. All the regionals have started. Some upsets in different places. I know Oral Roberts upset Baylor the other day, and then Dallas Baptist beat Oral Roberts. So, number 1 through 5 teams have been beaten. It makes it a little more difficult. Arizona and South Carolina were playing earlier today. So, I mean, you get to see a lot of baseball right now throughout America. Some of these college regionals with high draft picks.
Fun because these days you see a lot of those games on TV where years ago you didn't have that much coverage. Difficult not to turn it on these days and see a college baseball game. 1 ball, 2 strikes on A.J. Ellis as White delivers. And he missed outside and low with that one. Evens it count at 2-2. White taking a long time to get his sign. In the meantime, Ellis will get time at the plate. A.J. Ellis is a guy that's drawn a lot of walks. You saw the numbers, well over 300. On base percentage is well over 400 for this guy. Don Mattingly saying the other day, and that was before the game on Friday, and the pitcher and catcher will hook up here, saying, we look at this team, we talk about Andre Ethier and Matt Kemp and maybe a few others. He said A.J. Ellis is a guy that has really carried us, and Don Mattingly just singing the praises of his catcher. He started game 1 and game 3 now this afternoon, and there is the numbers with the on-base percentage. I mean, you got a guy up over 400 with on-base percentage. You've got something.
You really have something special, particularly at the bottom of the lineup where he's had to hit 8th a lot, so you roll it over to that pitcher, get them out of the way. Today he's hitting 7th.
Third best in the National League with the on-base percentage, and you can see he's got a good eye. He works the count to 3-2. 96 on the gun that time for Alex White.
He's got it in him. I mean, it's just not a consistent 96, which it doesn't need to be. If he's pitching at 90 to 93 with that heavy sink, he doesn't have a whole lot to worry about.
There's ball 4, another walk for A.J. Ellis.
First base runner for the Dodgers on the walk.
Here's that on-base percentage in the National League. You see Ellis there, and that'll go up a little bit now because of the walk. Votto and Wright, the only guys ahead of him.
And 2 guys that are all-stars, 2 guys that are MVPs, 2 guys that David Wright this year is making a huge statement to be the MVP of the National League.
Mattingly saying, I've never put a lot of stock in on-base percentage, but I like what I'm seeing from A.J. Ellis. So he's at first, and Tony Gwynn Jr. is the hitter. Gwynn had lead off each of the first 2 games. Now hitting the 8th spot for Don Mattingly today. Fastball nearly hit him, ball 1.
And I know where Donnie's coming from with the on-base percentage. He didn't pay a lot of attention to it. And really, for me, it's only two places in the order that sticks out at me. If you're in the 7 or 8 hole, you got to roll over to a pitcher, or obviously your leadoff man in a batting order.
Don Mattingly, 14 years in the majors, 9-time Gold Glove winner, 6-time All-Star. 1-0 pitch to Gwynn. And he'll bounce that one to Hilton. Todd will step on the bag, tag at second. Nope, hits the back of the runner, and that's A.J. Ellis. He's safe at second. Todd looked like he was right on target with that throw, but Ellis got in the way.
Well, smart base running, really. I mean, a lot of times you want to know where your first baseman is positioned defensively, and then you purposely try to run into the path of the throw. It appeared to be what Ellis does. You look right down the line. He's going to go ahead and take this. Now watch Ellis. See how wide he was, and then look where he angled back. You watch the fielder of where he's standing on the bag, and as a runner, run to him because obviously he's catching the baseball.
First pitch thrown there to the pitcher, Eovaldi, and he'll take it for strike one. Oh for 2 on the year for this pitcher, Nathan Eovaldi. 1 out for the Dodgers. 1-0 Rockies. We're in the top of the third. White delivers, swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. Getting the pitcher, getting his counterpart to expand the strike zone. 0-2.
If I see a guy take that bad a swing on a slider, and I've got 4 shots to make him swing and miss it, he's not going to get a fastball. Just why I don't even see any sense in trying to make a mistake with it.
Throw a fastball, but it's out of the strike zone, and it's 1-2.
But why? You know, man, that's my whole point on it. Limit your pitches here. Go ahead and put a good slider on it and get rid of it.
Hard to believe he wouldn't throw it here, but we'll see. Rosario has gone through the signs. Ellis off his second. And that 1-2 is a slider, but it's low and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Alex White, a big Atlanta Braves fan growing up, and he was hoping, he told us in spring training, that the Braves would draft him coming out of college, but he had a very good feeling the Indians would, and they took him at number 15 in that first round in 2009.
Well, and a lot of times teams not getting to diminish anything Alex White's done because he's been outstanding, was outstanding at college. But sometimes teams look at it, you know, he's pitching in North Carolina, he's a Friday night starter. That is a big time league and a big time position to be in. That just adds your stock value even higher.
And they had a great program, still do at North Carolina. When he was there, they were absolutely terrific. 3-2 now on Eovaldi. And the pitch by White, ball 4. He walks the pitcher. He had him down 0-2. It's time for the XL High Energy Efficiency Inning. Learn about energy efficiency and how to save money in your home by visiting responsiblebynature.com. Let's go back to first inning, George.
Made it pretty quick, didn't they? A couple of ground ball outs made here Todd Hilton being a part of this whole inning in that first inning. A couple of balls hit right to Todd. He was able to flip it over to White, and then the ground ball to shortstop cleaned everything up.
It was a 1-2-3 first inning. All 3 ground balls for Alex White. That is quite efficient. XL Energy brings you the high efficiency inning. White had a little visit from his pitching coach after walking his counterpart. Eovaldi's at first and Ellis is at second base. 1 out and D. Gordon up there.
Pretty good chance to turn the double play. Though Gordon runs extremely well, you don't have a lot of speed at first, so you get the ball to second. You don't have to worry about getting flipped because of the pitcher over there. And really what won the job was for D. Gordon was last September, where he hit 304 in 56 ball games that last month and a half of the season.
It's this one to center field. Dexter Fowler retreats, but he will get there to make the catch, and no chance for Ellis to advance.
In 48 games this year, Mr. Gordon has hit 222.
A lot of speed for D. Gordon, but you got to get on base to steal a base, and he has not been doing that.
Well, for a great deal, ask about the Sweet 6-pack with savings up to 25% off the regular price. That's right. Why not get 6 dates here at a Sweet? The food's wonderful. Bring all your buddies, sit up there and relax a little bit. Watch a baseball game.
It's not a bad place to watch a game, is it?
It's pretty nice, too. Ooh. Yeah, the pizza's really good. Hot dogs aren't bad. Sandwiches are good. Salad's good.
They have coffee up there?
Beverages are good. Coffee's up there. Tell you what, they have pretty much whatever you want.
Yeah. And if they don't, they could probably get it for you.
Yep.
Ilion Herrera, the hitter, the third baseman. 2 on and 2 out. That one is not a foul ball. That one went off the catcher and back to the backstop. And the runners advance to second and to third. I don't know if Rosario got crossed up. White wants an explanation from the home plate umpire. See what happened.
Yeah, it has to be a whiff. That slow motion rotation here, he just whiffed on it, and then it hit the shin guard. He just whiffed. Total whiff. It was a strike, though.
The evolution defensively of Willeen Rosario and young catchers can be trying to managers sometimes. Let's hope it doesn't cost the Rockies. If you're a Rockies fan, you're hoping that anyway. No balls and a strike on the hitter. Second and third, 2 outs for the Dodgers.
You feel a little bit better about it only because you have a young kid at the plate. It's not Abreu or Ethier Abreu's in the on-deck circle. Well, you're ahead of him 0-2 just like you were the pitcher. Now make your pitch to get out of this thing.
Herrera grounded out to first base his first time.
Part of the struggles of the Dodgers last 10 ball games, they've only hit .210 with runners in scoring position. 22 for 105, Jerry. That's not a good number.
And the Rockies, on the other hand, have done a good job of that. White still in the stretch. The pitch popped up in the infield. That should be out number 3. Jordan Pacheco is there. And no damage done. Nice job by Alex White and company. Get out of the inning. We'll come back for the bottom of the third after this. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your local consumer-owned electric cooperative delivering reliable power, energy-saving tools, and more. Visit togetherwesave.com. The save going in Game 2, George, Monday night to Rafael Betancourt.
I'm glad to see him get that save, too. There haven't been many opportunities this year to get saves for Betancourt, but when he's had the chance, he's done a good job.
Only time he's thrown this whole week, and told by the manager before the game, going to try to get him in here at some point in this ball game. Needs to pitch. 1-0 Rockies. Overcast skies in downtown Denver. Big crowd on hand again. It's been that way all week, and especially the weekend here at Coors Field. And the Rockies trying to take 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers. It'll be DJ LeMahieu getting the 3rd consecutive start at second base today as the hitter. 8-9-1 coming up for Colorado. Ball 1 to Alex White. I'm sorry, White on deck to DJ LeMahieu. Two balls, no strikes. Hit .315 in AAA, did LeMahieu before the call-up. Lanky second baseman, 6'3". There's a fastball that's a strike.
Really tries to work the ball to the opposite field. Defensively, you look at the Dodgers, that's kind of what they've got working right now. Particularly the ball on the ground he likes to shoot it between first and second base. So that's why you see Loney pushed off the bag a little bit over there. There it is.
Hits it hard right to second baseman. He drops it but picks it back up to get the out. Just as George described, he loves to hit the other way. Hit the ball hard there. That's two the Rockies have hit hard to second base that have been outs. Folks, join us in the conversation with Toyota Talk. Text 720-720. Text Toyota to 720-720. Share your insights or questions on the game, plus learn how to win $500 gas card. Toyota Talk coming up in the 6th inning.
Think about that. 500 cash.
Not bad.
Card for gas.
Alex White, the pitcher, is in there, and he's quickly down 0-2. 1 for 11 at the plate this year for Alex White. This one swung on, took a pretty good rip at that one, but it's a foul ball down the right field side. Didn't sound like it connected very well. White just checked his bat, kind of pounded the handle against the dirt to make sure it wasn't cracked. He's satisfied that it's not. 11 at bats with those 6 strikeouts for Alex White. And a ground ball to shortstop. D. Gordon's got the hop that he likes, and he'll get Alex White for out number 2. Nathan Eovaldi getting his ground ball outs as well. Want the latest updates from Root Sports? Text alerts to 720-720 and receive text message updates from Root Sports all season long. Again, alerts 720-720 to get those updates. I grab my phone right now.
You texting?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
You don't know how to do that, Grandpa?
I just learned the other day. It's not bad. The spelling's a little bit of a problem. So they never understand what I'm sending them, but I send them out.
Dexter Fowler's got the base hit and scored the game's only run. Did that back in the 1st inning with a stolen base. The pitch is inside and low to Fowler. 1 ball, 1 strike to Dexter Fowler. Nate Eovaldi out of Alvin, Texas. If that sounds familiar, that's the place Nolan Ryan grew up. Eovaldi was talking today about the Nolan Ryan Museum they have in the hometown of Alvin, Texas. That one fouled back to screen. Another pretty famous athlete. Remember Joe Ferguson, the quarterback at Joe?
Really good.
Him? Yeah, he's from Alvin, Texas as well.
Was that about 45 minutes? What is it, south or east of Houston?
I'm not sure about that.
It's in Texas.
It's in Texas,
by Houston.
and it's near Houston.
We'll let everybody else figure that out.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll text us during the Toyota inning, and they can text us exactly which way it is to Alvin, Texas.
There's somebody out there that's been there too, I'm sure. Pitch to Fowler, strike 3 call. Good work made of the Rockies in this 3rd inning by Nate Eovaldi. He has been tough. We'll come back for the 4th inning after this. White hasn't allowed a hit yet on the other side by the Dodgers. Just Little League Day today. We got some even younger folks than the Little Leaguers.
I'm liking that hat.
Yeah, me too. Not much sunshine, but you might need the hat anyway. And there's the pitcher comparison so far, George.
Yeah, how many often do you see 43 pitches both guys accomplished through 3 innings? Pitch count's wonderful. Alex White, he's got a 1-0 lead here. As you mentioned, has not put a runner on base with the baseball bat yet. Done it via the walk. Get after it and attack this strike zone. Get your club back in there. That's exactly what Eovaldi did for the Dodgers.
To face the heart of the Dodger order here. 3, 4, and 5 coming up, starting with this guy, Bobby Abreu. Abreu grounded his shortstop his first time up. Here's the veteran stepping in against Alex White. 2 young right-handers, promising right-handers going at each other today in White and Eovaldi. And the pitch to Abreu is in there for strike 1. Bobby Abreu, an interesting story. He was drafted by the Tigers, and he was the oldest of 6 children. His father died when he was in the minors for the Tigers. As the pitch comes in from White, and that's a little bit low, 1-1. And he was the breadwinner. He became the family's breadwinner as a minor league player. And he said in an interview I saw recently, said it was pretty tough to do it as a minor leaguer, real easy to do it as a major leaguer.
Well, that's the thing about it. You never forget your roots, where you come from, and the ones closest to you, and that's family.
Grew up in Venezuela. Pitched by White, just missing this time. It's 2-1.
Well, those pitches look awfully close. Yeah, I mean, this guy has a great eye. You mentioned that about all the walks. A lot of people compared him when Giambi was playing every day. Same type of player. Really, work counts to his favor.
That one's grounded left side, grabbed there by Pacheco. Jordan will fire to Helton to get the out. Another ground ball out for Alex White.
I like what I see in Pacheco, and not only the kid, but the way he's playing third base. He recognizes who's there. I think that first week of the season, watching Jordan play third base on a ground ball, now Abreu can't run like he used to. It's obvious. I mean, he's played a lot of baseball games, but he has the ability to watch, gather himself, couple of crow hops, let Todd get to the bag, and then make that snap throw over. Realizing and recognizing who the opposition is, who swung the bat, the type of speed at the plate.
He looks like to me, George, is a guy that says, hey, you know what, hit the ball to me. A couple weeks ago it was, no, I don't want the ball hit at me.
Yeah, that's a great point. I would agree. I think it's one of those deals, you know, am I going to mess up? And obviously he's not doing that. He's playing a very efficient third base and swinging a great bat.
Andre Ethier, the hitter, in the series 3 for 9, leads the National League with 46 RBIs. Matt Kemp and many others out with injuries now for the Dodgers, and they're asking Ethier to keep it going. Here's a ground ball right to Todd Helton. Todd will get to the bag ahead of Andre Ethier. Another ground ball out for Alex White.
8 ground ball outs now for Mr. White.
Hey, one of my favorite events, Cheyenne Frontier Days. You can text Cheyenne for your chance to win Journey tickets. You'll also be entered to win tickets to additional concerts, championship bull riding, baseball games, and the VIP grand prize drawing. It's Cheyenne Frontier Days. Message and data rates may apply.
Think Todd likes rodeos?
I believe that he does. Anything involving country, yes, Todd will be all right with.
How about Belial? You think he likes it?
Yeah. What do you think?
I'm absolutely positive he does. He and Rex Brothers both. There's Matt relaxing out in the bullpen, watching the ball game, talking about today's events so far. He loves the game of baseball. Well, I tell you what, you talk about a guy happy to get to the yard every day. He's one of them.
You guys are pretty close, aren't you? But I see you and Belial talking a lot.
Do a little fishing together every now and then, and kind of roam off into the mountains and see if anything wants to run out in front of the bow and arrow every now and then.
What a delightful young man, too. Always fun to talk. Always has time for everybody. There's a breaking ball, a slider that gets in there against Jerry Hairston Jr.
Last year, one of the guys he always wanted to meet was Jimmy Houston, the outdoorsman that's always fishing. You'll see him on a lot of different fishing shows. So I had Matt come down to Oklahoma and spend 3 days at Jimmy's place and fish with Jimmy. And it's the only time I've ever seen him where he couldn't talk. He was so excited to meet somebody.
There's the first base hit off Alex White. It comes at 2 out in the 4th inning. And from Jerry Hairston Jr.'s bat. So there's a base runner, third base runner for the Dodgers. And White will try to get his 3rd out against James Loney. Wells Fargo's customers, get your 2-for-1 Rockies tickets today by going to wellsfargo.com/Rockies. Wells Fargo, member FDIC. So Hairston aboard at first for James Loney, who grounded out to Helton his first time up. James Loney having some trouble on the road, not so much in this ballpark, but on the road overall, just 188 for Loney. Good hitter at home, and he bounces one foul, and that's down the line past Todd Helton. 301 at home, 188 on the road for Loney this season. Tremendous high school pitcher. He grew up in the Houston area, and I remember reading about him back a decade or so ago. What a great pitcher he was. Many thought he'd be drafted as a pitcher, but he had signed to go to Baylor to play baseball, to pitch and play in the outfield and first base. But then the Dodgers called, and he took the call. Dodgers said, no, we want you as a hitter. Two outs in the Dodger fourth. 1-0 Rockies. Rockies score back in the first inning. Alex White taking his time. Right-hander comes set. Swing and a miss. Boy, good breaking pitch there.
Back foot slider, and again, I like that slider a lot more than I do the one that they try to bring to the back door. In other words, to the outside edge, to the middle of the plate, get them to take off on it and not swing at it. But when you throw a left-hander, a good hard slider down and in, if they do make contact, it'll be pulled to the left side, to the right side of the infield in the dugout, or it'll be swing and miss because that ball's really boring in on you.
There are those that say Alex White has to develop a better changeup against lefties, but when you throw that pitch against lefties, you're all right. In the air to center. Right at Dexter Fowler. That's out number 3. 3.5 of the books at Coors Field. Rockies holding that 1-run lead. We'll be right back. Here's 1-0 the Rockies lead. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. Let's look at our AT&T trivia question for today. Which Yankee appeared in the most games without winning a World Series? If we have any former Yankees around here that might know that answer.
Without winning a World Series?
Yeah. I think I know the answer. Got a guess?
Well, I mean, there was a lot of guys, you know, I mean, Bobby Mercer played 20-something years. Didn't win one. Trying to think of some other guys that were out there that did win one in that span where they weren't very good for a while.
Marco Scutaro, the hitter for the Rockies. 1 ball, 1 strike on Scutaro. Drove in that run. He had Fowler at third base and got him with a ground out.
Rick Cerrone played in a lot, never won one.
In the air to to center field. This one right at Tony Gwynn. He retreats now a couple of steps.
Is it just me, or do you think the ball's not carrying as much as it did today, like it was the first basically 7 games of this homestand?
I am completely with you on that, George. I thought the same thing a little bit yesterday during the day, and especially today. That ball off the bat, a scooter right there, didn't go very far. Didn't go anywhere at all.
Let's see how he handles Cargo here. Last time up, fastball in, split away, strike 2, and then a split in the middle of the field. Call third strike on a split finger. Let's see if they pattern that again the same way as they did a minute ago on him in that first at bat. And they went fastball in, they miss.
Baldy delivers the next pitch. It's fouled out of play off to the left side. 1 ball, 1 strike on Carlos Gonzalez. Since the 20th of May, he's hit safely in 12 out of 13. He's hit .436 over that. I mean, you can look at all kinds of numbers with this guy, and every time you do, you are impressed.
Well, they went split finger when the count was ahead last time. They went back fastball again. Here's a ground ball hit directly to the second baseman on the first. Maloney, and able to get Cargo.
All right, let's answer that trivia question. The former Yankee came up with a couple answers. I don't think either one was right. Only Yankee play the most games without winning a World Series. Yankees history. And he's right behind you, right there. Don Mattingly. He went to the playoffs once in his career. I think 98 or something like that against.
You think of,
forget who it was, but they were out in the first series.
You think of wonderful, wonderful players. Obviously, he's one of them. Nolan Ryan appeared in a World Series 69 Mets, never in another. Wow. Think about that. Guy won 300 ball games, all the strikeout records, all the teams he played on, but never again appeared in a World Series. I think that's why you can really see him gritting his teeth the last couple of years in Game 6 and 7 of the World Series with the Texas Rangers as a part owner and president of that ball club.
Kadire the hitter, 2-0 and 3-0 now. Michael Kadire.
Well, they worked him over pretty good his last at bat. It was 3 straight fastballs, and they were all on the outer half of the plate, trying to stay out there again, but behind 3-0.
And Kadire will take a pitch. Yep, he held up, checked his swing. He'll get down to first on the walk. And Mattingly didn't like that. He thought that was not a check swing. He thought Kadire went around.
His bullpen in a little bit better shape here. I'm not sure that Kadire went around. This is the one I always kind of a telling sign. I go up the first base line with the line, and that's what they're looking at.
It gets Todd Helton to plate with 2 outs and Kadire at first base. And Kadire runs pretty well. We'll throw over there now. Kadire in a close play gets back in time.
7 stolen bases for Kadire on the year. Just caught 1 time.
Todd Helton walked his first time up. Another throw to first. This one a little bit offline. Kadire's back in plenty of time.
And fans get a little disgruntled when this goes on, so they boo the pitcher. Typically not called by the pitcher to throw over there. Helton has hit .344 in his last 8 ball games.
1995, the only time that Don Mattingly's Yankees ever went to the playoffs. Got beat by Seattle. Thank you, Doug.
Was 95 the year Seattle won 116 games?
I believe that was the year with A-Rod and Junior. No, that's not right.
He's going to run it by us.
All right.
We know got to give Doug challenges.
Yeah, all right.
He likes to think of stuff to ask him. Weird stuff.
Helton will take another pitch high. 1 ball, 1 strike to Todd. I know that guy. Peyton Manning at the ball yard today, taking in some baseball. His buddy at the plate, Todd Helton.
Jim Kellogg on the right. There's a lot of work in the community here for the Colorado Rockies.
And that's upstairs to Helton. 2-1 to Todd. ...2001 was the year that they won 116, and they went 116 and 46
The only bad part about the playoffs, when you win those 116 games, everybody's 0-0, and the Mariners. Another quick exit.
Eddie Baldy working on Todd Helton. The pitch to Todd. He fouls that one right back the screen. He put a good swing on a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Eddie Baldy, coming out of Alvin, Texas, committed to Texas A&M and then drafted by the Dodgers in the 11th round. He was all ready to go to Texas A&M, and Joe Torre, who was a manager back then, time of the draft, flew to Alvin, Texas to talk to him personally. Convinced him to sign with the Dodgers. Ground ball, that's a foul ball down the left field side.
Yeah, it's about 6 to 8 inches outside the bag. This ball, a lot of times see Helton take that little swipe like that and it'll stay in fair territory.
Dyer at first with 2 outs. The Rockies up 1-0. We're in the 4th. Helton's got a count of 2-2. Nathan Eovaldi with the pitch. This one is fouled away off the bat of Todd Helton. Todd getting the day off yesterday. Fresh legs today. He was raring to go this morning. Throw to first again. They have the ball get away from Loney, but not far enough. It'll be run down by Hairston, the second baseman. No chance for Dyer to move away from first. Michael Dyer, as Todd Helton describes him, I think very accurately, sneaky athletic. Running again. The pitch is high to Todd Helton. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
A lot of hard throwers, particularly young pitchers, will try to overcook the fastball when they come in. And so typically they'll miss arm side high and away, and that's exactly what happened. Trying to make a very good pitch on a 2-2 count on a veteran hitter like Todd Helton.
Dyer moving now. The pitch to Todd is hit down the left field line, slicing toward the corner, and a foul ball. Giving chase was Abreu, but it was slicing away from him, and we'll get back to the at bat again, and Dyer will go back to first base. You ever notice that Helton hits the ball the other way pretty well?
Yeah, he does that real well. I don't know why. I tried to get him to pull it one time, and he wouldn't do it. You talk to managers that have been in this National League West for a while. This is the last guy they like to see come up to the plate with the game on the line, regardless what he's hitting.
Interesting, because Jim Tracy said exactly the same thing this morning when he was managing for the Dodgers. Wells Fargo customers, get your 2-for-1 Rockies tickets today by going to wellsfargo.com/Rockies. Wells Fargo Bank, member FDIC. And there's the Wells Fargo Club view looking on to Coors Field. Todd Helton fouls another one away, and again he battles in his at bat. Dyer will get back to first base.
Everything away. A lot of power behind the pitches, trying to eliminate Todd hitting something into one of those gaps. It's wide open in right center. Quinn's going to shade him in a gap in left center. Same thing with your shortstop, D. Gordon. He's out about 1.5 feet on the grass away, and he'll walk Helton for the second time.
Walk Dyer, and then Helton really battled and drew the walk. And how many times have we seen that from Helton over the years? Just battle, foul pitches off, and get to first base. Time for today's CenturyLink high-speed pitch. Fast speed and low monthly price. Visit CenturyLink.com. Both of these young arms, both right-handers, have hit 96 today. And George and I commenting about very similar pitchers and very similar speeds as well, with 96 each from CenturyLink. There's Alex White, who's hit 96. It's usually sitting in the low 90s with that cutter, but you can throw the four-seamer up there as well. So Jordan Pacheco hit into a double play, hit the ball hard, but right at the second baseman the first time up. Turned out to be a 4-6-3 double play. Up there now with Dyer at second and Helton at first. 12 RBIs for Pacheco on the year, and the pitch is low and outside, ball 1. Rockies only have the one hit in the ball game. That was the first batter of the game for the Rockies. Dexter Fowler lined a single to left. They've reached base 3 other times, all on walks. Helton twice. Pacheco hits it to right field. Ethier retreats, now stops, and he'll make the catch. Boy, hit hard by Jordan Pacheco, but he is out number 3. 4 completed Coors Field. Still 1-0 Rockies. Sports is brought to you by your Ford Explorer. Go do your exploring. Ford Explorer, go further. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. By your neighborhood Toyota stores. Toyota, moving forward. And by Comcast. Advertise your business locally on the networks people watch. We can help grow your business. Go to www.comcastspotlight.com for details. Sundays, ride your bike to the game. I know, George.
Did you do that? You ride the bike a lot. You didn't do that today?
I didn't do that today. No, I did the mount thing this morning, but I didn't do the ride down here.
What are you talking about? You did the mountain thing.
Yeah, I did the mountain thing.
You rode up the mountain?
Yeah, I did a little mountain biking this morning and then came over. You
was
didn't
the whole
do that?
Schimmel family there?
No,
or just the Schimmel family?
Just me. I was waiting. I waited till 6 o'clock. You never showed up.
Where
were you this morning?
I was done at 6. I was already done. You kidding me?
Hey, how about these young pitchers so far in this game, George?
I like this so far. We're really pounding the strike zone. They take away a couple of those walks there, but making pitches to get out of innings, Jerry. And I think that's the key to it. And that's what Alex White's been able to do. And I think also that's exactly what Uvalde has been able to do.
Alex White back out there. A.J. Ellis will hit first. 7, 8, 9 coming up for the Dodgers.
See, I really thought you were going to go back with Jerry Schimmel and Jorge Frazier.
The game's not over.
It's not
yet.
over. All
no,
right. I got you. All right.
Jorge Frazier sounds better than my name.
That's what I heard all the time in Latin America. I actually got Pitcher of the Year down there. They gave a big silver plaque that said Jorge Frazier.
Really?
Yeah. Still have it at home, actually.
You need to bring that, put that on camera sometime.
Yeah.
Next time we work together, how's that?
Perfect.
All right.
This is what I do to the game. I eat. Do you want to share? Do you want to share? You can do these innings with Jerry if you want to. Just bring that up, would you please? Doug, I sent you down for fruit. You could have come back with one of those.
Oh, that looks pretty good.
It does look good.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Alex White throwing a fastball at 94 right by A.J. Ellis.
Elevated fastball. That's what I like about it. Well, the Rockies with Juan Nicasio yesterday tweaked the knee. And with that happening, and of course 2 short starts in a row, Jerry, when you had Altman 3 1/3, and yesterday, of course, Juan with inning and 2/3. They needed an arm in that bullpen today, and you were going to skip Nicasio and start anyway with the Thursday off. And when that ball went back up the middle, watch his left ankle, how it went to the inside, and it's actually the outside of the knee. That's a little bit of displeasure for him right now. Moscoso in the month of May, 3-0, 4.06 ERA. Pretty good ERA for the Pacific Coast League. So he's got that opportunity to come back up. He's not walking people down there, which is a key. 9 walks and 42 strikeouts.
Yeah. Jim Tracy saying time for Moscoso to make an appearance again. There's Juan Nicasio in the dugout. We watched him walk off yesterday. He took one step away from the mound after that play, and he nearly fell down. So DL for another starting pitcher for the Rockies. That's a pitcher, isn't it? Hold that baseball in your, your hand on the bench.
Get a feel for what you want to do.
Yep. Tony Gwynn Jr. at the plate for the Dodgers. One away. Pacheco on the grass at third base, knowing about the speed of Gwynn, and that one's in the dirt. Gwynn with the fielder's choice his first time. Ground out, so 0 for 1 and 2 hits in the series for Tony Gwynn Jr. The pitch is chopped foul at the plate. How about the fathers and sons teams on this Dodgers team right now? DeJesus, D. Gordon's father Flash. You got Jerry Hairston, father and grandfather. Andy Van Slyke, the father of Scott. Tony Gwynn Sr., of course. I mean, all kinds of guys. Then you got Ethier and you got Capuano, whose dad's George played minor league baseball. So that's 7 right there.
So when Dad comes in the locker room and they go, well, back in the day, everybody listens. They know who they are. Another strikeout. This time Tony Gwynn. You got a chance to have your really nice inning here for Alex White with a pitcher coming up. There's that fastball, not particularly the same location where they're wanting it, but it's the result is exactly what you wanted.
A good pitch again by Alex White. So back at top of the order. I'm sorry, the pitcher's the hitter now. That's Eovaldi. Chops one towards short. Scutaro, easy play. 1, 2, 3, 5th inning for Alex White. He is cruising right along. His team up 1-0, and the fans having fun on a beautiful day in Denver.
Over the Dodgers. Oh, to be a kid again at the ballpark. So much fun on this Sunday rubber match afternoon here at Coors Field. Well, somebody who's definitely not a kid anymore is Michael Kadire, and that's because he's matured throughout the game of baseball. You know, he's really increased his power over the last couple of years, and he points again to the maturity of that. He has more plate discipline, he says. When you look at his numbers right now, he has 26 extra base hits so far this year. Compared to the last 2 years, he's on track for almost 80 extra base hits. He's also been more patient, though. He walked in this game earlier. That now gives him 20 walks on the season to his 18 doubles. Again, he says he's more selective in his pitch count, and that's something that Carney Lansford has also been preaching to these younger players, and something that surely showed up this week through the course of their 5-game win streak. They've been able to really select their pitches, and obviously it's been paying off. Now we'll see if it can pay off in the bottom of the 5th, guys.
Okay, Jenny, thank you. And Michael Kadire, quite an addition for the Rockies. I think everything maybe a little bit more than what they thought they were getting from the Twins. Well, Rosario leads off. Kadire had so many good years, an all-star year a year ago, and he's just brought that A game every day as a Rocky. I think it's really just a pleasure to be around. We talked about Matt Belisle earlier. That's the same kind of personality,
Absolutely.
George.
Yeah, and you know what? I tell you something. I was trying to think back, and 16 years being here, I haven't seen. I'm trying to think, Jerry, if there's ever been another Twin player. There was an everyday guy that came here, and I can't think of one. And there's a lot of conversation about what the Twins do as far as teaching you how to play the game and respect the game and how you operate in the locker room and how you operate around teammates with the fans. You're interchanging with fans, and once you're around it a little bit, you see it. And I think that's one that I see with Kadire. And what's one of the factors of signing Michael Kadire to that 3-year contract? Let's let this rub off on as many people as we can here in this organization, and it has.
An example of that, Kadire was asked a week or two ago, he said, why do you use 2 hands to catch a fly ball in the outfield? Nobody does that anymore. As Rosario fouls one away, he said, that's the way the Twins taught me to do it.
It's a plain simple way of doing things, fundamentally sound. Today, Tom Kelly, former manager, won 2 world championships in the playoffs with their ball club. Will spend a lot of time at the minor league level in spring training, 4 weeks down there working and talking to kids every day.
Rosario chops one off the plate. That's a tough play. He runs pretty well. Safe. Might be one of the faster catchers in all of baseball, and he's only 23 years of age. You chop one off the plate like that, you run like he does, you got a chance.
Well, he runs and plays the game the right way, Jerry. I think that's the biggest thing to it. He realized this high chopper is giving him a chance to get there, and he does.
Nothing that Herrera could do at third. Maybe try to backhand, but I don't think you'd even do that in that particular place.
Yeah, you look on the Mike Shaw Supermo. Let's see. You bet. Yeah, he's there. Good call.
So the Rockies have their leadoff man aboard, and now DJ LeMahieu will hit. Alex White on deck. LeMahieu will take a pitch, strike 1.
He knows. He knows he's got a chance as soon as it leaves the bat. No hesitation out of it. And we notice how he ran. It was a sprinter's run. There wasn't any fighting of the body left and right.
Well, you look at him just standing around the clubhouse. It doesn't look like he can run that well, but he gets down to first quite quickly. Get back to first tier standing up. Rockies trying to add to their lead, 1-0 in the bottom of the 5th inning.
I thought when I saw him first time, 07 Casper, you saw him that same year, Jerry, when he was with the Ghost. You were working in Billings, Montana, doing some summer baseball. That he could be a guy you'd almost look at as a corner outfielder. He ran so well.
Yep. There was talk back then, George, I remember about him playing third base, and he's played a little bit of that, really an emergency situation, but he looked like he could play third, too. But the way he runs, definitely in the corner outfield. He's away from first, got a pretty good lead. Eovaldi delivers to LeMahieu, fouls it away off to the right side. DJ LeMahieu getting a start in all 3 of the games in the series, and he has come through. Hits the ball the other way so very well. Current homestand 5 for 17 at the plate. He's used the left side of the field. He's gone up the middle. He's used the right side of the field. He's stolen a base. That was his first major league steal. And he's looking to advance a runner here with nobody out. The count of 0-2 on him. And he hits this one to right center field. Gwynn will come on and make the catch. He'll throw back to first, but Rosario's back in time. Hit pretty well by the second baseman, but it's out number 1.
And you put yourself sacrifice situation now with Alex White coming up to the plate.
White will be asked to bunt. Rich Dower has already got the sign from the dugout. Third base coach for the Rockies, 0 for 1 for White. Put the ball in play, but grounded out to third his first time up. Leon Herrera comes up from third. Loney charging from first. The bunt's put down, foul up the first base side. And Eovaldi gets a new baseball, rubs that down. Rosario, in the meantime, back to first base. White's going to check out the sign, staring down there at Rich Dower. Just make sure that bunt's still on. Alex White, a good athlete, actually runs pretty well, so this is not automatic once he gets it down. Up in the box, and he'll bunt it up the first base side, foul again. Now he's down 0-2.
A lot of times he signed with Cleveland, and in college you don't swing the bat an awful lot. Cleveland being in the American League, you don't swing it a lot, so it's a crash course in spring training and up to this date. And so obviously the main thing as a starting pitcher is bunt the baseball. For the Rockies players, it starts in AA in the minor leagues. Pitchers will hit against National League teams.
So we'll see if Alex can get the bunt down with 2 strikes. Going to swing away. He'll take a pitch. Hold that bat back, and now it's 1-2. We have seen Alex White several times as a pinch runner, both last year late and this year for Jim Tracy. Rosario away from first. There's White showing bunt, pulls it back and fouls it back to screen. He got a fastball at 95 and just got a piece of it.
Waiting on Eovaldi to snap that slider off on the outside corner. He got 2 pretty good hacks and some heaters. Don Mattingly calls the running game for A.J. Ellis.
There goes the runner, swing and a miss by White into second and out at second base. It's a double play. White swung and missed. Rosario thrown out at second base. The Rockies are done in the 5th inning. We'll come back after this. The Rockies 1-0 heading to the 6th. Run way back in the bottom of the 1st inning. During the month of June, Root Sports looking for the biggest Rockies fan in Nebraska and South Dakota. Tell us why you're a fan and enter to win the ultimate fan experience, which includes travel and hotel for you and a guest to visit Denver and watch your favorite team in action from the Root Sports Suite. Breakfast with the on-air talent and a Root Sports prize pack.
We will be at Sam's.
Visit RockyMountain.com. I'm sorry. Visit RockyMountain.rootsports.com.
To enter and have fun in the contest. That's right.
Well,
if you go with Goodman, you're getting yogurt and a bagel. With me, you're getting grease.
You know,
and eggs and sausage.
I grew up in South Dakota. They like the eggs and sausage grease up there.
I figured they did. Well, 6 innings so far, 5 innings, excuse me, for White. 1 hit, a couple of walks, 2 strikeouts. He's got the shutout working, but now this is one of those turning point innings for you. It's going to be your 3rd time through the Dodger lineup, and it's the top of the lineup with D. Gordon.
No, Gordon, Herrera, and Abreu in the inning. Gordon first, a left-handed hitter. 5'10" and 155 pounds, they list D. Gordon at. There's one hit in the series. Pacheco's on the grass at third, knowing about the speed of Gordon, who's looking to bunt, and he'll take a pitch for ball one.
Well, one guy wants to know how many baseballs do you go through. Peyton, it's not Peyton Manning. He knows what to do on his day off. Can watch a little Rocky baseball. There's a ground ball. That's where he shut down the top of that offense. Go through about 12 dozen to answer your question. Rubbed up and brought out of the humidor the day of the game.
One away for Elian Herrera, who's 0 for 2. There's only been one Dodger hit in the ball game. Jerry Hairston Jr. 2-out single in the 4th inning. Rockies have but 2 hits in the game.
It's not a bad guess on Scooter Rowe's nickname. Scooter down in the locker room. Don't know that he has one.
Our pitcher has the white stuff. Oh, I like that. Sobey continues with the white stuff. There's a swinging bunt by Herrera, grabbed by White. He'll throw to first base to get the out.
Yeah, nice idea to try that, because now you've got your third baseman kind of pulled in. So now what you do is try to slap it to your shortstop and then hope you can outrun things. Instead, he slapped it right back to Alex White. See, Pacheco's in. He's trying to shoot this ball out into that area on the left side of the infield. See, he's wanting to hit it out this way. Get it past the pitcher when he slaps it. Didn't happen. Nice play, nice result.
Talked about the athlete that Alex White is. Jumped off the mound quickly and made that play nicely.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing Tulowitzki back in the lineup too. The ball club's played well without him, but it's only going to get a whole lot better when Tulo steps back up again in a Rockies uniform.
Alex White goes to work with Bobby Abreu. 2 outs in the 6th and nobody on. And he hits one foul off the handle of his bat. Strike one.
That's what I'm talking about. Third time through the lineup. You did see Abreu fire at first pitch, first 2. He's trying to work counts. Now all of a sudden you get this happening for you, and he got a fastball inside. Bam. Going to take a turn on it.
Abreu's hit the ball left side both times he's been up there. Both ground outs. One to short, one to third today.
Cody from Greensboro, North Dakota. Glad you got your girlfriend to become a Rockies fan, and hopefully you're cheering on Mr. White today.
White's got Abreu down 0-2.
Christian Friedrich, the last pitcher to come through here. And do the hitters ever talk trash to hitters? You bet. Used to a lot, a long time ago, Brian. Not as much as they do now.
They did in Bull Durham, I know that.
Well, yes, they did.
Let's see if White can make it a 1-2-3. 0-2 pitch. Outside, 1-2. Alex White with 2 ground balls. He made both plays to get the outs in this inning. 1-2 pitch with Abreu. Bounces it foul. Pulled it. Still 1-2.
I like that idea. Grab a little momentum before you head out on that Big East trip. It'd be great to go out to Arizona, play well there, come home, play well here at the house, and then head on.
Rockies have one more road trip before that long one George referring to. 3 games in Arizona coming up.
Mac, I'm not sure what the Rockies are going to do. They've worked out a high school kid here, a pitcher and a player both. Just kind of who's left on that draft board. You try to pick where you think things are going to go, and you hope you get the right pick and they get the results quickly out of this. If they go high school, you can look about 5 to 6 years for he'll be here and contribute as he gets used to the pro side of things. So I'm not sure where they're leaning and which direction they are going to go. They've all been huddled in the little room up there. Pretty secretive.
Two balls, 2 strikes with Bobby Abreu. White winds and fires. Missing outside with that breaking pitch. 3-2. Then rotation for the upcoming series in Phoenix. Friedrich, Guthrie, and Outman. Games 1, 2, and 3 against the Diamondbacks. 3 night games. Tomorrow, Tuesday night, Wednesday night. Abreu swings and fouls it at the plate, and it's still 3-2. Talked about Abreu working pitchers. He was 0-2, worked it to 3-2.
Well, Saunders will start off against the Rockies on Monday for the Arizona Diamondbacks, 3-3. Then Ian Kennedy struggled this year, 4-5, 426. Wade Miley's thrown brilliantly for them.
Been their best pitcher.
6-2 with a 272 earned run average. Will go in Wednesday's ball game.
3-2 pitch again to Abreu. It's ball 4. Abreu walks after starting 0-2.
And you understand trying to be careful with Abreu because of the long ball can hurt you, but put him on and this guy right behind him. 46 RBIs, hitting 327 when he came into the day. Is Ethier, who's grounded out to Todd Helton twice.
White looking for another ground ball. He's only thrown 76 pitches. We're 2 outs in the 6th inning, so he's been efficient. He's only allowed the 1 hit, but he has walked 3 now. He walked 2 in the 3rd and 1 here in the 6th inning. Here's a pitch to Ethier. It's outside for ball 1. Andre Ethier hitting 367 since the 1st of May. We'll get a jog the mound now by Bob Apodaca, the Rockies pitching coach. Maybe a moment, George, where you're 0-2 with Abreu, you end up walking him, maybe lose a little bit of focus.
Yeah, focus, go out, calm him down a little bit, and go, hey, what happened in the first 5? You got a lot of ground ball outs, 11 of 17 outs on the ground. Just sort of refocus here a little bit. Just put everything back together and see what you come up with.
In game 1 of this series, that was Friday night when Josh Otten was out there. The manager went out there at one point, George, and I don't know if this is true or not, but all he said was, hey, get an out, man.
I like the way you preference that.
Thanks.
I don't know if it's true or not.
I'm just hearing rumors that way.
Rumors?
Yeah.
You got big ears. You hear a lot. I have big ears too. I hear a lot. Some of the stuff you don't want to hear, but I hear a lot.
Here's a strike call to Ethier. 1 ball, 1 strike on the Dodger right fielder of Arizona State. Grew up in Phoenix. Big Sun Devils fan growing up after his father took him to his first baseball game at ASU. Ended up playing for the Sun Devils. Here's a pitch by White. In the air down the left field line, giving chase. Pacheco. Jordan is going to run out of room. He'll get there in time. And now White working ahead of this hitter. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Ethier. Crowd wanting to help out Alex White. 2 gone in the 6th inning. Last night in the 8th inning in that loss, yesterday I should say, Rex Brothers came on and struck out Ethier with a nice pitch. Now his buddy Alex White trying to do that to Ethier here. Catcher set up inside. There goes the runner. Pitch is low. Throw to second base. Not in time. A good effort by Rosario, and a pitch in the dirt still made it close.
Really nice play on both ends. Pitch in the dirt, a backhand snatch by Rosario, then a throw and a pick by Scudero. First stolen base in the Dodger uniform for Bobby Abreu.
Bobby Abreu has over 350 steals in his career. As George said, he doesn't run much anymore, but got the one there. Still get a little bit of speed. Good jump as well on White. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Ethier. And the pitch to left field. Carlos Gonzalez has an easy play. Backs up a step now, makes the catch. Side retired. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Rockies still lead the Dodgers by 1. zero in on Juan Rosario. Bouncing one off the plate. Hustling down to first base. Look at that play. Just saved half a step at the most. Brought to you by Frostboot. Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Foot down, ball not yet in the glove of the first baseman, James Loney.
Oh, you know, the other day, the fruit on the stick thing. Have you had that yet, Jerry?
No, I have not.
You probably don't eat stuff like that. If you go mountain biking at 5:30 in the morning, you probably don't do that.
That's why I can eat that stuff.
I'm going to tell you what, that's really good. The bananas, the icing.
We never see any of that kind of stuff in the radio booth.
You don't?
No.
You got to beg for it. That's what I do. I just beg.
It looks pretty yummy. I do have to agree with you.
Boy, Mike, I wonder if we could get word to him that Jerry never gets any and he'd like to have one today.
We're in the 6th inning, so we still have some time to go in this game. They don't shut those off after 7 innings, or anything, do they?
No,
okay.
no, there's nothing wrong with those at all.
Okay.
They're all good.
Yeah, they look pretty good.
Drew Goodman the other day was doing good. See, he had it everywhere. He had it hanging out of his mouth. He had the cheesecake. He's begging people to take that. Of course, he was eating it very well. Then he had the other thing working, napkins.
His hands full and his mouth full. And how about Frazier?
Well, I wouldn't give it up. You kidding me? Bring food to me, it's going to disappear. Man, that was good. Oh,
chocolate covered strawberries. How do you beat that?
Pretty good chance we ought to have some more of that. See, that a minute ago in the last inning, what I liked about this was, sure, they sent Rosario. If they don't throw him out, you have the top of the order, and you have Dexter coming up with a runner in scoring position. If they throw him out, you're starting the inning with the top of your order anyway. So this applied pressure to the young kid Evaldi, and sure enough, he walks Dexter Fowler. So you get opportunity at the top of this thing, do a little work to put pressure on him.
Getting nobody out now with that runner at first base.
Well, there sure hadn't been a lot of hits in this game, 3 total. These young pitchers have done a nice job today.
Here's Marco Scutaro. Not out of the realm of possibility. A bunt for Scooter, either on his own or called. Fowler away from first. Evaldi steps off the back of the rubber. Talking about he and White today, both have been efficient. 86 pitches thrown by Evaldi in the game. He's issued 2 walks, three walks, I should say, 2 hits. And back to first, this time diving with a hands first dive. It's Dexter Fowler.
Fowler stole his 6th base of the season, resulted in a run. That was in the 1st inning.
Nothing since then for either team. 1-0 in the 6th. Carlos Gonzalez is on deck. Nathan Evaldi from the stretch. Scutaro hits it down the right field side, slicing, and a foul ball.
It's kind of one of those excuse me swings that could turn out pretty good if it falls in down the right field line. But it doesn't. It ends up in the hands of a Rockies fan.
Looking to save energy and money? Find out how the little changes add up together. We save at togetherwesave.com, your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative, delivering reliable power, energy savings, tools, and more. No balls and a strike on Marco Scutaro. He's had a good homestand like so many other Rockies. Rockies scored 53 runs in the first 5 games of the homestand. Then yesterday they fell off some, and they just have the 1 run. But they have the 1-run lead, 1-0, 1 ball, 1 strike. Jim Tracy saying before the game, I just got a hunch about Alex White today. I have a hunch he's going to put it all together.
Yeah, the hunch was good.
Yep, so far so very good for he and Alex White. Scutaro takes a pitch high. George, you got guys working counts. You got Fowler drawing walks. Scutaro works the pitcher well. You got Helton, Kadire. I mean, Giambi when he's playing. A lot of guys that'll take a lot of pitches and work a pitcher.
Well, you're trying to extend it up. That was one of the biggest assets the Rockies had, I thought, when the Blake Seep Bombers were here in the late 90s, early 2000s. As they worked counts, they got the hitters counts. You'd look and see the starting pitcher be gone in the 5th inning of a game with 120 pitches. not necessarily a big pitch count guy. This may turn into 2. They'll get the lead runner. Not going to get Scudero. That's a heck of a try by Harrison at second.
It'll go as a fielder's choice. Fowler's out. Scudero safe at first.
This is really a nice play. I say the quick toss over, but see, Harrison had left the ground and he was making the exchange with no feet on the ground, yet got the ball. See, his feet are all the way up in the air. I mean, really unorthodox way of doing things, but Deckham almost got Scudero at first.
Jerry Hairston Jr., the veteran, he plays all over the place. He's played third, short, and both corner outfield positions in his career.
Now they're repeating a third time to go inside to Gonzalez. They get a strike there with the fastball.
Went inside with it at 95 miles an hour. So the runner at first, Scudero, 1 down for the Rockies.
First time up, then they went breaking ball away for strike 2, and then a split in the middle of the plate for strike 3. And then it was all fastballs his last at bat. Everything on the inner half of the plate. Right into that inside corner again.
Too far inside, low as well there to Gonzalez. 1-1. Gargo 1 for 4 in yesterday's game. It listened to at bats here. Scudero doesn't run all that well. Not great speed, but a good base runner. He's at first. Pitch to Gonzalez and go inside yet again on George's cue. 2-1.
Beautiful day at the yard. It doesn't seem like it's 88 degrees. I looked out the scoreboard and it says 88 degrees right now. It sure doesn't feel like it. This is great.
Did you like that wind yesterday we had for a while?
I did like the wind we had.
Like Oklahoma weather.
Yes.
Gargo hit this one off the glove of Loney. Pitcher trying to recover. Back to first. Safe. Gargo with a head first slide is safe at first base. Loney trying to cover the bag. Rockies have a little something going. First and second, 1 out.
Well, absolutely. I mean, Loney's going to dive for this baseball, holding the runner on. When it ricocheted off, he was waiting for the throw to be thrown a little bit earlier. Should have gone straight to the bag. And then he wouldn't have had that hesitation to catch it and run the bag down. Great hustle by Gargo.
He wasn't sure if Eovaldi was going to try to cover the base. He took a glance at his pitcher and then tried to recover. Too late by then. 8-game hitting streak now for Gargo with that infield single. Michael Kadire has been awesome with runners in scoring position this year. How about 392? He's the hitter. Scudero in the air to center field, chasing Gwynn back. Near the warning track, he's got it. Scudero will tag from second and move on to third base. Hit pretty well by Kadire, but we mentioned it earlier. The ball just not carrying that well today. 2 outs.
Hi, guys.
Hey, you order, you receive.
Ask and you shall receive, right?
Atta baby.
Here's the deal, though. I heard that Jerry worked out this morning, George. I don't think you worked out this morning.
So you're going to take
I'm going to give
mine?
them both to Jerry.
You're not going to take it with you? You can have one.
No, you can have it.
No,
I didn't
come
work
on,
out
go
today.
ahead.
No, I didn't work out today.
They're mine. I'll give you one now.
Oh, that's so nice.
Well, I was going to take it.
But you have to take a bite. You have to take a bite on air.
I do?
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh, gosh,
what's
this
the
is
deal?
good stuff. Take a bite. Here, you want me to help you with it? Pretty good. All right, I'll
That'll
take.
work.
Go ahead, keep going. It's not
All
a
right, get back to the
I
game.
was
Get
always
to work,
wondering why
fellas.
I like Jenny. Now I know.
I never bring Drew food, just so you
All
know.
right. Appreciate that.
Pretty good, huh?
Oh.
Thanks, Jim.
Yeah, that'll work right there.
Ask and receive. Huh? What do you think?
Delicious. Rocky's trying to do some damage with 2 outs now. Todd Helton's at the plate. Let me get that strawberry out of my mouth. 1 ball, 1 strike to Helton. Oh, those are good. Good call, George. We just don't get this kind of stuff in the radio booth.
Don't beg hard enough.
It doesn't.
Yeah, beg, man.
We're trying to be professional over there. Obviously, that's not the case here.
We're just trying to eat here. 389 Helton has. In this situation, first and third, couple outs, runners in scoring position.
Todd swinging for a fence on that swing. He came up empty.
Yeah, they got given the double steal signs now. That's what A.J. Ellis is doing. He had first and third. Not sure the Rockies would try to pull something off in that situation here. Basically, I'm going to eat the baseball and let Cargo go into second and worry about help. They do steal. Don Mattingly wouldn't surprise me to see him walk Helton, even on a 2-2 count.
There goes Cargo. This one lined into right field. It's a base hit. Cargo will keep going after Scudero touches the plate. Todd Helton coming up with an RBI single. 2-0 Colorado, and his buddy, the football player, is liking it as well.
Yeah, they got it like this. Todd Helton again with his opportunities. Every time it seems like you need a base hit, you need some add-ons, you need somebody to be driven in. It's the veteran. Todd Helton gets a fastball right out over the plate. It's shot this to right field on a 1-2 count. Todd Helton gets a pitch that he can drive and brings home that second run of the ball game. Marco Scudero.
Nate Eovaldi has thrown 99 pitches. There is some stirring now, as you can see in that Dodger bullpen. And Don Mattingly now is going to come out of the dugout and walk out to the mound. We'll see if he makes a move here. I don't think he's going to yet. The Rockies have runners at first and third still. Helton's at first and Gonzalez at third base. And Jordan Pacheco coming up to the plate. So Todd Helton, career RBI number 1,334. It ties Mike Piazza for 86th all time. And there's Todd getting the high fives. Coming through again. The average, George, for Helton not up there like you want it to be, but he has come through with men in scoring position.
Yeah, just check that one. Yeah, check that stat out sometime. See what he does with runners in scoring position. Todd thinking about, oh, there's probably going to be a pitching change. Oops, they're not. I got to get my drink of water. I better get out there.
Smile on his face.
What are the rest of you guys doing in the dugout? Help the old guy out, will you? Come on.
Well, he's back out to first base. There is no pitching change. Jordan Pacheco at the plate. Todd Helton, 314 this year with runners in scoring position, comes through again. Dyer gave it an effort. Todd Helton picked him up. See what Pacheco can do. Fastball runs inside to Jordan. 0 for 2, a fly out and a ground out, one into a double play.
Lindblom, the guy that gave up back-to-back home runs. Chris Nelson started that the other night. Dyer hit the one right behind him, but they hit back-to-back. He's getting loose in their bullpen.
There's a breaking ball that just caught the outside corner. So 1-1 with Jordan Pacheco.
Yeah, both these young pitchers, outstanding job today. Eovaldi's only 4 hits given up in the game, 2 in this inning.
Pacheco to the gap in right center field. Ethier giving chase. He can't get there. 1 run is scored. Helton will be held at third base. Pacheco comes through, an RBI double for Jordan Pacheco. 3-0 Colorado.
No, this young man does hit, and he does a pretty good job of it with men on base. Plays like he belongs at this level, folks. He likes the second deck. That was a backup slider that got into the inner half, and it just shows a little bit of his strength, too. He drove this ball out into right center. One hopped up off of the wall. They get it back in to prevent Helton from scoring, but not prior to they getting a couple of runs in. Todd, they're going to make a pitching change, but don't go to the Dodger dugout and get a drink of water this time.
Don Mattingly looks like he'll make a double switch. So the Rockies have taken a 3-0 lead by virtue of a couple of runs batted in the inning. One from Pacheco, one from Helton. We'll get the new pitcher your way after we take a break. 3-0 Rockies, and we're enjoying things up here in the booth. 6th inning, and a new pitcher now for the Dodgers, part of a double switch. It's Josh Lindblom. Tell us about this guy. Adam Kennedy has come into play third.
Right-hander, got a big arm. I mean, he could throw the ball by you at times. You can see all the runs in 19 of 24 appearances, has not allowed to run. So he's been special out of the bullpen for Don Mattingly. He's going to try to hold things the way they are right now with the Rockies on top, 3-0. Marlene Rosario, tell you what, big base hit here. You break it wide open. Speed at second, Helton at third. Mattingly hoping to get and work his way out of this inning, and Helton hoping to add to it.
Josh Lindblom played the college ball at Purdue, and his Purdue Boilermakers a very good baseball team this year. He was talking about him last night after the game. He's got one to go with Rosario. Second and third for the Rockies, 2 down. The pitch is straight call to Rosario. He is one of the Rockies' 5 hits today. That infield single came in the 5th inning. He has a play. He chopped the ball off the plate and just beat the throw to first. Bouncing ball, big hop at third for Adam Kennedy. He'll throw over to first base to get Rosario, and that's the inning for the Rockies. But they come up with 2 runs, and they've taken a 3-0 lead after 6. Cooney likes this where luxury has an address. Rockies up 3-0. Let's go back to first inning. Dexter Fowler at third base. Marco Scutaro, all he needed was a ground ball. He got it to score Dexter Fowler. 1-0 Rockies at that point. Fast forward to the 6th inning. Todd Helton coming through. Lines one to right field. That was a base hit. That scored a run. And then Jordan Pacheco to the gap in right center field. An RBI double for the Rockies' third baseman to get that 3rd run home. What's is it 3-0? That's where we're at. Top of the 7th inning at Coors Field. Jerry Schemmel, George Frazier. As the Rockies trying to get 2 out of 3 in this rubber game of the series. Get how many wins at home in the homestand? That would be 6. Not a bad homestand. 6 out of 8.
Be a great homestand for the Rockies. And I think, again, I mean, you know, it all comes back to starting pitching. Look what Alex White has done. Eliminate the thought of a strikeout. Look at outs. And that's exactly what he's done. 1 out. He's walked a few people, got himself in a couple of jams, in a couple of innings, but it has been on the walks. I think that's the key to this whole thing. He'll work with the middle of the lineup. Jerry Hairston, who has the only hit in the ball game. James Loney and A.J. Ellis.
So Hairston first. He has the only hit for the Dodgers today. Came with 2 outs in the 4th inning. 1 single off Alex White today. He's hit a ground ball through the hole, left side. Strike 1 to Hairston. Strike 2 to Hairston. A fastball at 94 with some good action on it. Hairston just couldn't believe he missed that thing. He was looking, fastball, got it, missed it. 0-2 now on the second baseman for the Dodgers. Dodgers had lost 5 in a row before last night's win. Fastball just missing, well, not by much. Right on the edge of the 4th strike zone. That could have gone either way.
Trying to figure out how the guy took it. Unless it's such an unhittable pitch, he just didn't have a choice with it.
Next one is bounced towards shortstop. Charged by Scudero. Quick throw to first. Out number 1. Dodgers coming off a 7-game homestand, and they'll continue on this road trip. They have these 3 in Denver here. Then they'll hit the road. They'll play 4 in Philadelphia. So Don Mattingly's team has to go out to Philly for 4. Then they'll come back to the West Coast. They'll play interleague play against Seattle after that for 3. So interesting road trip to Denver, Philadelphia, and all the way back to Seattle.
6 out of 7 first batter outs for Alex White. That's another huge thing. The only time he didn't do it was back in the 3rd inning when he had a leadoff walk to Ellis.
Well, and he's flied out and grounded out today. That one is in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes to James Loney. 87 pitches for Alex White thrown to this point in the game. He got 1 out in the 7th. Right-hander delivers. Just missing low with the fastball, and he moves the count to 3-0.
Watched Alex White, to kind of change things up a little bit, and I didn't really thought, well, maybe it hit the ground, maybe it did, maybe it did. He throws out the ball he warms up with before every inning. He's done it for 7 straight innings now. There's a walk you don't want to have. You had a 3-run lead like this, but with only 89 pitches, that bullpen's quiet.
Well, you got to make it home safe. Don't get called out with seatbelt traffic tickets. CDOT reminds you it's click it or ticket time, so double your chance of surviving a crash and avoid a $65 fine. Be sure to share your seatbelt survival story at CDOT on Facebook at Colorado DOT. A.J. Ellis, the hitter, 1 down, the runner at first base. That's Loney who drew the walk and the pitch. Checking his swing and did not go around. He held up on appeal. A.J. Ellis has walked and struck out against Alex White today.
The left-hander Matt Reynolds has started to throw, or is that Rex Brothers? That's
Rex
Brothers.
Yeah.
Rex Brothers looking to get out of an inning. He threw 2 yesterday, but had a couple of days off. Did throw a lot of pitches yesterday.
And a left-handed hitter, Tony Gwynn Jr. on deck. The pitch hit in the air to left and pretty well struck, and this one is out here. A.J. Ellis with home run number 6.
His manager bragged on him an awful lot about what he had been able to accomplish this year. 6 home runs, 25 RBIs now. At the bottom of the order. Pretty good production coming out of that bottom half of that order.
The walk pays dividends for the Dodgers. Loney walked. He was aboard when this shot was hit by A.J. Ellis.
And it was hit. Fastball inner half, just a line drive down right down the left field line. You see on the Mike Shaw Subaru Supermo. He got it right in the sweet part of that bat. Right up the tunnel by Raz's office.
Didn't hook much. You wait for it to hook a little bit, maybe a chance to go foul, but it didn't do it. Now Gwynn, he'll look at strike 1.
1 home run given up early, and then the last couple of starts, White's given up 4 home runs. Total now, 3 in the previous start, 1 here. Breezing right along through 6+ innings, 6 in the 3rd.
Yeah, White's given up 2 hits and 2 runs now. So the walk and the home run. One of the 2 hits, of course, the long ball, and then the other one back in the 4th inning, just a single.
A.J. Ellis has played in 19 career games versus the Rockies. He's hit .386, 3 home runs, and 15 RBIs. Is that any good?
Gwynn is behind the count 1-2. There's A.J. Ellis, and he is with a manager who really likes him. He said this is a pleasant surprise. We saw some of the flash in spring training for this guy offensively. He's got a ways to go on defense, according to Don Mattingly, but they love the way he swings it back. Austin P University. 1-2 to Gwynn. Bouncer right back to Alex White. He'll flip to first base underhanded to get out number 2.
Well, you're hitting the road. The Rockies are getting ready to tonight. Subscribe to MLB.tv to see every Rockies out-of-market game online and on your favorite devices in HD quality when you're not at the house.
2 away. As Alex White goes to work again, and Adam Kennedy would for the first time. Him in the double switch, hitting in the number 9 hole. Numbers on Kennedy, light hitter. Pitch is low, ball 1.
.213 average for Kennedy. He hadn't hit the ball out of the park yet. 7 RBI. Alex White's had 4 comebackers on the mound in this ball game.
Adam Kennedy, one of those guys, you don't see too many of these anymore with a closed stance. He's got that front foot toward home plate further than the back foot.
Well, a lot of those guys are flyers, meaning that they're going to fly that front side open, particularly the lower half, and they get rolled over an awful lot on that sinker down and away. Matt Belisle has started to throw now, along with Rex Brothers, but Belisle just a couple of them. There's that foot Jerry's talking about. A lot of times you see it straight on. Now you see it the other way. Well, almost chased the high heat.
Adam Kennedy's a Southern California guy. Grew up in Riverside. Father, a high school baseball coach, and one of those guys privileged to have a batting cage in the backyard growing up. That always helps.
I had one, but it was chicken wire. Was.
You had one. Chicken wire works.
Chicken wire with telephone poles.
That works.
Dad watched his hit and he turned it into a barn.
Forget it, huh?
Yeah.
There's no hope.
He had a place to park the tractor.
Yeah.
There you go.
As Doug Moe would describe you, it's a no-hoper. Forget about it. And there's ball 4 to Kennedy.
Yeah, that's where you might see Jim Tracy pop out with D. Gordon coming up. Now, he can't hit the home run to beat you, but you have Brothers warming up down in the bullpen. He threw 2 innings yesterday. Jim sitting there thinking, what are we going to do here?
Thinking out loud.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Rosario out to talk to White.
Yeah, it's more about, you know what, the pitch was a strike. Let's go over. Let's stay right there. You're fine. You got 2 outs. You're leading in this game 3-2, and Jim Tracy's going to go get the left hand.
Yep, you're going to bring Rex Brothers in right here. Great game for Alex White. He's still in line for the win. He gives up 2 runs in the 7th inning, and that has been it for Alex White. He'll get a nice round of applause as he heads toward the dugout.
Well, longest career outing, 7 innings in a ball game. Here he goes, 6 2/3. You can tell how much this crowd has starred for a starting pitcher to come out and pitch the way he has in this ball game.
It's a big crowd, and they are appreciating the effort for Alex White. Standing ovation for the young right-hander as he comes off the field. And why not? Terrific effort for Alex White. Jim Tracy. Every week, look for the keyword during the show and text it to 720-720 for a chance to receive prizes. Hear from the skipper and win a pair of tickets by watching Rockies Weekly with Jim Tracy after the game here on Root Sports. For official rules, visit RockyMountain.rootsports.com. Alex White allowing the two-run home run by A.J. Ellis in this inning. Gives way to this guy, Rex Brothers. Pitched very well in AAA in 4 games after he got sent down. D. Gordon, the hitter, strike 1. How about 5 1/3 innings, 13 strikeouts for Brothers in AAA.
Well, it just means everybody played behind him. He didn't get to touch the ball a lot.
Yeah.
He and the catcher played a lot of catch.
That's true. Gordon 0 for 3 on the afternoon. The pitch to Gordon, slapped it foul down the left field side. Brothers' problems before he went down with control. Jim Tracy addressed that before the ball game, saying he was not getting strike 1. He was not locating the fastball like he wanted. He went down to AAA George and said he got exactly done what he wanted to get done.
Well, more than anything, get a breather. Get away from that second deck, the media, everything that was going on. Trying to be pinpoint every single day.
Well, there's not so much pressure down at AAA to get a few things done. 0-2 on Gordon. There goes the runner. Pitch on the way. Bouncing ball towards second. LeMahieu had to change directions. No play. That's what putting that runner in motion will do sometimes. Inning continues.
And it will continue now. This is the deal. He just slapped at that 0-2 slider. LeMahieu last night redirected, was able to get an out doing that, but not with the speed of Gordon. So now, once the Dodgers are going to announce the pinch hitter, the Dodgers, with no more left-handers on the bench, they used the one they had, Kennedy. So Castellanos will come off the bench now, and he'll pinch hit for Don Mattingly. So what's going to happen now is you're going to see Chris Nelson come into the ball game, and Matt Belial come in to get out of this situation.
So we'll take a break. Double switch happening. We'll tell you about it in a moment. To play third base for the Rockies. 3-2, they have the lead. New pitcher now, George, Matt Belial. He has been very steady in 2012 again.
6 most appearances in the National League with 26 right now, but it's in the inherited runners that he's been able to work out of a lot of jams coming into this ball game. 13 innings has been thrown in the last 2 ball games. 230 pitches, 14 hits. Pretty good. 6 earned runs, 11 strikeouts, 7 walks. That's the last 2 games. Yep. It has been taxed because of yesterday's injury to Nicasio, and then the day before Josh Outman started on a pitch limit of only got 3 1/3 in.
Castellanos came in the double switch, or I'm sorry, the pinch hitter for the Dodgers, and he'll foul the first pitch away. Got his first start in game 1 of the series, 2 for 4 on the season.
Well, the right-hander Belisario's done a nice job in their bullpen. Don Mattingly may be thinking of running him out there in the 8th and 9th. A couple innings he's going to use. 7th and 8th and 9th. He's been stretched out a little bit, but he's also a very accomplished setup now.
Belisle's got Castellanos down 0-2.
Fastball slider. He's worked everything that he's needed to down and away from him. This is where Belisle, the pinpoint control, really comes into effect. He gets you 0-2. He's going to go right at you.
He did there with a fastball, still 0-2. Belisle from the stretch, 0-2 pitch again. A liner, grabbed by LeMahieu. What a play to first base. It's an out. He may have saved 2 runs right there. The lead is preserved for Colorado. And Alex White is happy about that. He's the happiest guy in that dugout right now. What a play by LeMahieu.
It was a great play. You're absolutely right. The backhand and then to get up to his feet and make that snap throw to Todd Helton at first base. People are seeing him make plays they didn't anticipate that he could make. And the crowd loves it. The dugout loves it. And the Rockies lead it 3-2.
Oh, what a play by LeMahieu. 3-2, that lead still for the Rockies. 7th inning stretch on this Sunday afternoon. We got God Bless America as well. And doing the honor this afternoon, Sergeant Lance Christensen.
The 460th Squadron. Please welcome Senior Airman Ashley Romero, Staff Sergeant Amy Kitzel, Captain Derek Norton, and First Lieutenant Jack Craven. Please give a warm Coors Field heroes welcome to these brave men and women. We thank you for your service and sacrifice to our great nation. Fans, please rise as we honor our great country with the performance of God Bless America. Performing God Bless America today, representing the Colorado National Guard's 101st Army Band, is Sergeant Lance Christensen. Please welcome Sergeant Christensen and join him by singing along to God Bless America.
Today's summary brought to you by Comcast. Advertise your business locally on the networks the people watch. Go to ComcastSpotlight.com for the details. 3-2 Rockies. They've out hit the opposition 5-3. Pitchers have been very good this afternoon. We have a new one here. Ronald Belisario for the Dodgers. And he will face DJ LeMay, who just made that great play. You like this guy, don't you, George? Belisario in that right arm.
Well, I do. He's got a big arm and he can fire strikes. Pretty typical. 13 games he's been in, 146. 10 strikeouts. Got a little different look to him. Big shoulder turn. Hides the ball well.
Big guy, 6'3", 240, 29 years of age. Venezuela. The pitch to LeMahieu. Bouncing ball right back to the pitcher. A lot of those today. One out.
Fifth one today.
Well, the veteran Belisario taking over in the 8th. The Rockies will send up Chris Nelson now to the plate. He'll look for the first time this afternoon.
Well, all kids, June 10th, you're going to receive a Kids Rocky baseball cap courtesy of King Supers. You get one too, Jerry. Get your tickets right now for that ball game on June 10th when the Angels are here in town.
Chris Nelson, we saw on Friday night in Game 1, hit a pinch hit home run in that win against the Dodgers. It was his first of the year. 8 RBIs now with that .221 average. It's this one to right field. Ethier will come in and he's there to make the catch. 2 quick outs for the Rockies in the 7th inning. Back-to-back days for Belisario to pitch, and he pitched well in yesterday's game as well for the Dodgers.
Yeah, the only left-hander they have, Elbert, he's warming up for one guy. That's Carlos Gonzalez.
Fowler here, the switch hitter, hitting left-handed. Scooter after that. There's 2 outs. The pitch to Fowler. Dexter will let it go. It goes back to the backstop. 1 for 2 today for Dexter with the walk. He scored the first run with a single in the first inning. He's not fared so well against the left-handed pitchers this year. Much better from this side. That one's outside.
Well, a few more reps too in live game action. You see a lot more right-handers than you do left-handers.
Got all 8 of his home runs left-handed this year. Here's a pitch. Good swing, and he fouls it back to the screen. 2-1.
Alex White, nice job today. Belisle, nice job today.
Yep.
Rex Brothers, good job today. Tapper in the infield, not a whole lot you're going to do about one of those.
High to Fowler. 3 balls and a strike to Dexter. Walked his last time up. 3-1 now. The pitch just caught the outside corner. Fastball was good movement on it. That's what Belisario has. Like George said, he'll get a little dip to it at in the low 90s. That one at 93. And a full count now on Fowler. 2 outs and nobody on for the Rockies. Strike 3 call. Turns out to be a quick inning for the Rockies. A 1-2-3-7. We'll go on to the 8th right after this.
right foot. They're leading the Dodgers 3-2 as we head to the 8th. Now, after this, the Rockies hit the road for a very short road trip off to Arizona for the first time this season. We have faced Arizona in 5 games so far this year. Rockies hold the 3-2 season series so far. Now, here's what's going on with the Diamondbacks. They're 24-29, but they're definitely not out of this, fighting to get back in after losing a series to San Francisco. And today they have a rubber match game with San Diego that's starting in just about an hour. You'll want to watch for Jason Kubel. He's hitting the best right now for the Snakes, 290. He has 23 RBIs. And the Rockies will face 2 lefties in the series, including Wade Miley. They'll see him on Wednesday. He leads all pitchers for the Diamondbacks with 6 wins and a 2.72 ERA. Looking forward to getting to the desert, and I'm really glad that the roof's going to be closed.
Thank you, Jenny. Interesting team this year. The Diamondbacks are division winners, of course, a year ago, as Abreu fouls one away. They have been hit by injuries and inconsistency with their pitching. Guys like Ian Kennedy and like Jenny talked about just have not produced like they did a year ago. Offense has sputtered some. Jason Kubel, the former Twin. There's another former Twin, Michael Kadire. They are good friends. They hooked up when he was in town. 0-2 pitch to Abreu, and it's outside by Matt Belisle. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're 3-2 Rockies in the top of the 8th inning. Alex White started 6 2/3, 2 earned runs. Brothers and Belisle after that. Matt finished off the last inning trying to get this 8th. Pitch is low, 2-2 to Abreu. 0 for 2 with the walk is the veteran Bobby Abreu. Unlike a lot of relievers, Belisle working from a windup, and he throws a fastball that's fouled back to the backstop.
Former starter, I think a little more comfortable in that situation of being able to start innings the way he has. I mean, Matt Belisle, very diligent about repeating his delivery. Some guys get out of whack at times, but not Matty. I mean, Matt really, you notice, really squares the shoulder, squares the body.
Texan says yes to a sign. The 2-2 pitch right back to the pitcher again. Belisle will toss over to Todd Helton for the first out. Lots of comebackers today, and lots in attendance today as well. How about 35,353. Ride your bike to work day, Little League day today, good weather day, and the home team leading by 1 late. It's a good combination. Let's hope it all holds up. 1 down for Andre Ethier. Hey, you know what I found out the other day, George, is looking at that uniform that Ethier's got on. Why the Dodgers have red numbers on their jerseys?
Why do they have them on there?
When they started doing TV back in the 50s, they thought they could see the numbers better for the TV people, the broadcast guys.
Instead of having a gray one?
Yeah. Thought they could see it better and could be more accurate that way. Didn't know that until about a week ago.
3 big outs that they've been able to get. Belisle has gotten those. Castellanos, Abreu, now Ethier, and he's got 1 to go. And Mr. Harrison to try to get out of this thing and preserve it and turn it over to Betancourt to pitch the 9th inning.
So right-hander against right-hander. The inning starts at 2 lefties against Belisle. Now the right-handed hitting Hairston up there. Matt Belisle out of Austin, Texas. Hairston has a hit today, a single in the 4th inning. And until the 7th was the only hit for the Dodgers today. Breaking ball is outside for ball 1. Don't forget, join the conversation with Toyota Talk. Text Toyota to 720-720. Share your insights or questions about the game. Plus learn how to win a $500 gas card. Hairston, not a lot of at-bats. He's got 81 at-bats, but hitting .370 on the year. The pitch fouled again to the screen.
Keeps doing what he's doing. He'll get a few more at-bats.
It's that kind of guy, George, that You always think it's going to be the utility guy. Ends up getting about 400 at bats every year.
Yeah, guys get hurt and they go, hey, you know what? He's swinging the bat pretty good. Let's go ahead and run him out there. It gets this guy, and he continues to get hit. So you keep utilizing him.
You talked about earlier, plays a lot of different positions. He's had a pretty good career against the Rockies. Ball is a slider that missed outside.
Yeah, that's where that's why all the conversation, you start to read all the rumor mills, and they're talking about Kevin Youkilis coming here to play third base. Could end up going and play it with other ball clubs. Seattle's looking a little bit for a third baseman. They continue to get in it. Good down and in sinker. Cargo and Fowler will get there. Fowler will make the play.
Matt Belisle, terrific again for the Rockies. We'll go on the bottom of the eighth. Still 3-2. The Rockies on top. Light, cold, hard blast. Sixth inning belongs to Jordan Pacheco. Had a chance to drive in a run. He does just that. Drives one to right center field. Past Ethier to score the run. Carlos Gonzalez came jogging home. And Jordan Pacheco, he's happy at second base. That was our Coors Light, cold, hard blast. Jordan Pacheco helping out this afternoon. 3-2 Rockies as Marco Scutaro leads it off for Colorado. Carlos Gonzalez on deck and Michael Kadire in the hole. Just 8 hits between the two teams and the 5 runs. Belisario still on the mound. Base hit up the middle off the bat of Marco Scutaro. Scutaro found a fastball he could handle and drives it right back up the middle. The Rockies have their man aboard with nobody out.
And all Donnie Mattingly was trying to do is get the out and hope not have anybody on base when he raised that left hand up to go out and get Scott Elbert and bring him in the ball game to face Gonzalez.
Looks like Donnie Baseball will do just that. He will go to his bullpen. So that's it for Belisario. We've got the pitching change. Here comes the lefty, Scott Elbert. Tacos is the question. Fans, if you'd like to receive text message alerts when the Rockies score 7 or more runs for the Rockies Taco Special, text keyword taco to 720-720. Message and data rates may apply. Feed your Rockies fever only at Taco Bell. Scott Albert's come on to pitch to Carlos Gonzalez. 101st, nobody out for Colorado. Hard throwing left-hander here, George. This guy will bring it, and he throws strikes.
Yeah, former first-round draft pick, small town Seneca, Missouri. He was found playing on a lot of travel teams during the summer, but he is a guy that can rush it on up there. Cargo 2 for 11 against him in their careers. He gets ahead here. Cargo does 1-0.
George said from Missouri, that's right outside of Joplin, Missouri. And an interview with Scott last year talking about the tornado that went through there, and he said the pictures, the videos don't give it any justice. It's 10 times worse than you thought it was.
Yeah, I drove by there about 7 times in the last.
Did you?
Oh yeah, my mom lives in Springfield, and that's right between there and Joplin. So every time I go down to see my mother, you would drive through an area and you'd see the devastation in it. Unbelievable.
Scott has done a lot of work raising money for youth baseball programs there and rebuilding fields. He said there was no fields left. All the bleachers, everything was gone. Hit in the air to center field. Wind going back, but he's got room out by the warning track. Makes the catch. Scudero will get to second base. Slide. He's safe. It's a long out, but it works kind of like a bunt, like a sacrifice. Got a runner to second with 1 out.
Sure does. Now it's up to Donnie. What are you going to do? You're going to go ahead and pitch to Kadire. Do you put him on? It's a 3-2 ball game. You got Helton in the on-deck circle. You only have 1 left-hander left. You're already down a run. You try to set up the double play. The only thing is Scott Albert's more of a fly ball pitcher than a ground ball pitcher. So you kind of defeat your purpose by doing that. You're down the run. You just hope he's able to come in here and get after it, and they're going to go ahead and walk him.
And intentionally walk Michael Kadire to pitch the left-hander, Todd Helton.
And what has Albert done against Todd Helton? Well, Todd Helton's just 4 for 8.
Todd has had some trouble against lefties this year, though. Hit only 180 against the southpaws, and that's unusual for Todd. Usually it's no problem at all.
Well, it'll get better. I mean, Peyton Manning going to get an opportunity to watch his good friend swing with runners in scoring position again. It didn't work out so well for the Dodgers the last time that happened. Todd came up with a base hit in his 27th RBI. That was in the 6th inning.
Last time Peyton Manning watched Helton to get that grand slam walk-off home run. Todd in a first and second 1-out situation at the plate now. Scott Albert was the guy on the mound when Jason Giambi hit a walk-off earlier in the year. Scudero at second and Kadire at first base. Todd has walked twice and driven a run with a single this afternoon. And the aforementioned Jason Giambi has grabbed the bat. He's waiting on deck now. Pitch to Helton, the fastball high and tight. There's Giambi. Scheduled hitter is in that double switch, opens up this spot for Giambi after Helton.
Going back to the 6th inning, Todd Helton at the plate. The base hit over second into right field. And that plated a run for the Rockies. Scudero came in to score.
One on Todd. Swing and a miss. Boy, he took a big rip there.
Yeah, really good slider, too, at 90 miles an hour. Some kind of velocity, and worked it down and away. That'd be one of the higher velocity sliders that I've seen from Scott Albert. You know, the Dodgers have a lot of the right ingredients if things start going in their direction. Pretty solid bullpen. They'd like to add 1 more left-hander down there.
Bouncer right back to pitcher. Second for 1. They get that one at second. They did. Safe at first.
Now, balls being thrown everywhere. They walked Kadire to set up the opportunity for that double play ball. Albert almost threw it into center field.
You get Scudero to third base, and Helton's at first.
And this throw not even close at second base. You got that double play set up. He's got to scramble to get to the ball. And then Kadyr's going to take him out. Helton hustled up the line to prevent the double play ball. Lucky for the scoop at first by James Loney, who could have had a run come around to score.
So here's Giambi. Look at him as a pinch hitter this year. 5 for 12.
Opposite of what it was a year ago. More of a productive guy when he got in the lineup. But this year it has been really good. They'll put the shift on and open up that left side for Jason Giambi.
So 3 defenders on the infield right side of second base.
Start him out with a slider down and away.
Slider that was low. It was down anyway. 0-1. Another 90-mile-an-hour slider from Scott Elbert. He's a big guy, 6'3" and 240. Great high school football player as well. Helton at first. Scudero is over there at third.
Been a while since Giambi's had this chance. The last plate appearance was a single back on Monday.
Missing again. 2-0. Rockies trying to tack on to their 3-2 lead. Runners at the corners, 2 away. Giambi will take a strike, a slider that's down at the knees. Inning starts with Scudero's single, fly out by Gonzalez. Kadir intentionally walked and Helton into a fielder's choice, getting rid of Michael Kadir. Todd Coffey getting loose, a big right-hander out in that Dodger bullpen. Swing and a miss with Giambi. Two balls and 2 strikes to the pinch hitter, Jason Giambi. Scott Elbert ready. The pitch, swing, and miss, and strike 3. Boy, Elbert did his job, came in and got a couple lefties out. Takes care of the Rockies. They threaten in the 8th but can't score. Still got the lead, though. We'll come back to start the 9th after this. Two were in the top of the 9th inning, so the Rockies trying to get 2 out of 3 from these Dodgers. They swept the 4-game series against the Astros. They have a chance to win 6 out of 7 in this homestand. Our Toyota postgame show coming up, conclusion of this ball game. For a preview, let's go out to Joel Klatt.
All right, thank you, Jerry. Well, it's been solid ground for Alex White. How about the 20 outs that Alex recorded? 13 of those were ground ball outs, keeping the ball down in the zone. Georgie, as you know, that's huge. And then the Jordan rules. Jordan Pacheco hitting 400 with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. Right now, he's got that leading RBI. Let's hope it holds right now. Toyota postgame show is going to follow you guys. Jerry, back to you.
All right, Joel, let's hope we have a winner for you out there. Colorado Rockies baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. By StubHub. Hey, fans, want to be here in person the next time your Rockies take the field? Well, just head to StubHub and choose your seats today. by Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo customers get your 2-for-1 Rockies tickets today by going to wellsfargo.com/Rockies. Wells Fargo Bank, member FDIC. And by CDOT. CDOT reminds you it's click it or ticket time. Don't risk a $65 fine. Take 2 seconds to buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. It's a beautiful day for baseball today. We were threatened with some rain in the forecast anyway. We have not seen any of that. It's been nice, a little overcast, but pleasant. 86 degrees at Coors Field. And the Rockies pleasantly ahead 3-2 as we head to the top of the 9th inning. Rafael Betancourt, George, taking over.
Yeah, taking over the 9th inning. You can see what he's done. 9 of 10 save opportunities so far. Just hadn't had a lot of chances to do this. 19 innings in 19 games. 1-1, 237 earned run average. Ahead, strike one. He'll have Loney. He'll have Ellis. And then Tony Gwynn.
6, 7, and 8 coming up for the Dodgers. Working from a stretch all the time. Runners on base, no runners on base for Betancourt. First pitch swinging was Loney into shallow left. Carlos Gonzalez is there and he makes the catch. 2 outs away are the Rockies. Hold on and win this. Get these last 2 outs. You win 6 out of 7 in the homestand. You have a chance to play on the road against a team that's scuffling some in Arizona. Then you're back home for some more interleague play again starting next weekend.
And a chance to make up more ground, obviously, on the Dodgers. Go back to 9.5 back. You're there for 3. You got out on the weekend with the Angels, but their road is very tough as they head on to Philadelphia. Clayton Kershaw will start for the Dodgers tomorrow. He's 0-4 in his lifetime career against Philadelphia. Has not won, but he did pitch against them in 2012.
Next hitter here is A.J. Ellis, and he's got the Dodgers on the board today. 2-run home run in the 7th inning. That was it against Alex White, and the bullpen is taken over. Pitch missing low. 2-0 to Ellis. Rockies needing stability with their starting pitching. That rotation, well, they got a great effort today. Alex White going 6 2/3. 4 walks, a couple of strikeouts, but only 2 hits allowed this afternoon.
Yeah, just what the doctor ordered. Go out and eat up some innings for us. Give us a chance here. He did just that. Did a wonderful job of it.
Jim Tracy says when that is done, happens that way, I can use the bullpen the way I want to, not the way I have to.
Yeah, the bullpen, the bench, everything.
Yep, and able to do that today. 2-1 delivery by Rafael Betancourt. Swung on and missed. A good spot for a fastball. Now 2-2. Ellis checking with the home plate umpire to see if that was a strike, and Alfonso Marquez says, yep. Hitters will tell you, and they have told us, it is very difficult to pick up the ball out of his hand with Rafael Betancourt. Hides it very well. The pitch is fouled to the screen.
Short, quick arm action. A 90 seems like 94 on a hitter. Same thing with the break as far as getting the read on it. It's very difficult to do.
Jim Tracy is saying before the game he's going to get Betancourt some work today regardless. He said unless it's a crazy game. And he is able to bring his closer in a closing situation, a save situation. So 2 for 1. Pitch to Ellis is fouled away.
Now the Rockies go on to win this ball game. You obviously got to give credit to Alex White and what he accomplished in this game. But someone that pitched a bunch of zeros today, Matt Belisle, inning in the 3rd, and went through the heart of that lineup when he had to deal with Abreu, Ethier. They're 2 big bats, consistent home run bats that they had to deal with. He was able to map right through that.
You look over at third base at Chris Nelson, how close he is to line. Nothing's going to get by him and down that line. I mean, he can take 1 step to his right and touch that foul line. Yard the extra base hit. Pitch here in the air to left. Carlos Gonzalez is going to look up at this one and makes the catch up against the fence.
left the bat. Hot day. You thought the same thing I did, Jerry. I thought that ball might carry a little bit. The wind has stopped here at Coors Field. When Ellis hit the ball, I think he thought off of the bat he had tied the game. I mean, you see this full swing, a kind of reaction here of, yep, I think I got this one. I'm going to make the turn on it, and then his disappointment happens whenever Cargo puts a little leather on this rawhide and ends it.
1 out away are the Rockies. Tony Gwynn Jr. trying to keep it going. Rafael Betancourt trying to make it a 1-2-3 ninth and get the save. Crowd is standing. Gwynn 0 for 3, 2 ground outs and a strikeout. They'll take a pitch right in there for strike 1. Betancourt will show that curveball. There it was. Catcher set up away this time for Gwynn, and a little too far outside, maybe high as well. Nelson's come up on the grass at third base now with Gwynn up there and knowing his speed. Elton's back at first. Betancourt from the belt. Just outside again to Gwynn. 2-1. A couple of curveballs thrown in this at bat to Tony Gwynn Jr. It's like a fastball away. They're going to throw to Gwynn again. Here's the pitch. In the air to right field. Playable there for Michael Kadire on the warning track. He's got it. And that takes care of the ball game. Rockies win it 3-2. Alex White gets the win. Jordan Pacheco, one of the heroes this afternoon. And Rafael Betancourt gets the save. It's his 10th. The bullpen terrific again today for the Rockies. They retire the last 7 Dodgers that they face. Let's go to today's Delivery the Game, brought to you by Jimmy John's, America's favorite sandwich delivery guys. Visit jimmyjohns.com to find a location near you. Delivery the Game today, Alex White, the 23-year-old right-hander, was masterful, getting a bunch of ground ball outs. He only allowed 2 hits in the ball game. The only damage done was a home run. The sinker was working today, and Alex White gets the win, just like Jim Tracy predicted he would get today. He pitched well and got the victory. Alex White winning his 2nd of the year. He's now 2-3. And that Delivery the Game brought to you by Jimmy John's. Great team win for the Rockies today, 3-2.